fried chickens and a Coke.
And some dry white toast, please.
What are you having for breakfast? Hopefully it's Topstep TV, nice and warm for you in this wonderful Wednesday morning. Gosh, up and away these markets. Very bullish here today. Good morning. Welcome to Topstep TV. And yes, you're at the right place at the right time, as I usually say. And I like to say, hey, got a big day here today here for you on Topstep TV. And want to just say thank you very much for being the community that we have here. And if you're new, welcome aboard. Remember, participation is one of the main things here for our people in chat. A lot of good camaraderie and so forth. So keep it up. You're doing a fantastic job. And let's swing it over to our good friend. Yes, the man with the plan. The man with the best mustache I've seen in many eons. Our good friend, John Hoagland. John, you got that really looking good. I mean, did you do wax it? You got that wax?
I do have some, but I usually don't put it in there. I just kind of let my freak flag fly, if you will. But thank you very much for the compliment. I'm looking more and more like Santa Claus as Christmas gets closer and closer. And it's good to be with you, Eddie. It's good to be with everybody, as always, on the opening call here. Our focus is accurate context, good risk management, and remaining patient in our trading. Good morning to the top of the chat. The end trader is on a streak, top of the list again today. Leaders only. Art, Viking Trader, Anastasios, GG, good morning. Anastasios, Man Cave Traders, Walter, Flippers, Mazia, Nina, and Nick Nichols, top of the chat. But as always, we are happy that you are all here. Welcome. Let's have a good day.
That's right. This is opening call. I'm Jake, and he's Elwood, and, well, it's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of smokes. It's dark. We're wearing sunglasses. Let's get to the news here. The Dow. Hit it, exactly. And if you don't know what that movie is, that's from what movie? Shame on you. Dow contract up 0.19%. We did see that with the run to the upside, up and away. Johnny's going to be talking about that in just a little bit. S&P up 0.36%, and the NASDAQ rose 0.51. Good old butt kiss. Major indices fell yesterday, marking the second straight losing day for the S&P and NASDAQ, the fourth negative session in a row. Hopefully, that should come to an end here today. Well, you never know. You never know. Are you bullish? Are you bearish? You got a game plan. That's the most important thing. Activity will likely be impacted by the release of these numbers that we did see here today. There is still a lot of numbers that will be hitting the wire. Yesterday, Alphabet stock soared, set to rise once more today. It's after Google parent unveiled a new generation chip that the company said helped overcome the key challenge in quantum computing. So Google introduced a new chip with a cool name, Willow. You ever see that movie? Earlier this week, adding that its technology can reduce expected errors faster than they appear on the quantum chips as they get bigger, which has been a bottleneck in the development of the better quantum computers. So what they're saying is we see Willow as an important step in the journey to build a useful quantum computer with practical applications, areas like drug discovery, fusion energy, battery design, and much, much more. This is coming from Google CEO Sundar, who said on Twitter, Alphabet stock, check this out, risen 30% so far this year. So how many of us have Alphabet stock? Well, 30%. All right. I'm going to pass this over to Johnny and see what Johnny's got for us here today. Johnny, what do you got?
Well, today was one of the important days with the CPI numbers coming up. At first, the 30-year mortgage rate dropped by 0.02% in the last week. OPEC's monthly report was due out today at 6:45 Central Time. 7:30, the CPI numbers, the numbers we've all been waiting for, came out exactly as expected. Now, the CPI year over year was expected to rise by 0.1% from 2.6 to 2.7%. That is exactly where it came out. The CPI overall month-over-month number was expected to rise from 0.2 to 0.3%. That is exactly as it came out. The core CPI numbers were expected to remain stable. That is exactly what happened. So with no bad news, we can see the equities already racing to the upside this morning. At 8:45, the Bank of Canada is due to announce its rate decision, expecting a drop of 50 basis points from 3.75% to 3.25%. And at 9:30, of course, we have the EIA petroleum status report. Noon Central Time, a 10-year note auction. After the bell today, as far as earnings are concerned, Adobe is due to release their earnings. VIX this morning down 2.75% at 13.79 last I checked. Still a little bit higher than it was yesterday at this time, which was 13.42%. Dollar index basically just flat this morning at 106.4, but higher than yesterday at this time, 105.93. And the yield on the 10-year holding steady this morning at 4.23%. That is, of course, just after the numbers came out. It was a 4.18% yesterday. And that is what we have as far as known economic numbers today. Of course, we don't have any talking feds. We are 1 week from the FOMC meeting next Wednesday.
Yes. Christmas just around the corner. Can you smell it? I can smell it. It smells good. Crude. Speaking of smelling, we have a high here. A high tagged here around 6 a.m. here Central Time this morning. We tagged the 69.62. Didn't quite get to that 70 level. I know that's been a level we were seeing previously, but it's been holding under that. We had a low of 68.29, and that was on the overnight. But U.S. crude futures WTI gained 0.6%, with the Brent rising 0.5. Now, crude prices rose today with traders looking for more economic stimulus from China, the world's largest crude importer. Chinese authorities have pledged to enact more targeted stimulus measures to boost the economy growth, ramping up hopes that the oil demand will recover. Trade data showed that a sharp increase in Chinese oil imports through November. That was the first annual growth in 7 months. However, gains have been limited by the industry, showing that U.S. oil industries unexpectedly grew in the wake of December 6th, raising concerns that demand will dwindle in the winter session. Thank you, investing.com. All right. We got time for some. We got time. Of course, we got time. Johnny has charts. John, you can, my friend, share us what you have with those wonderful charts.
Absolutely. Starting as usual with the daily in the S&Ps. We've seen what people are calling an organized pullback, and I kind of agree with that. I don't think we've left too many weaknesses in the structure above. First off, remember it's in rollover. The market is seeking balance, or at least the major participants are seeking balance with which to accomplish a profitable, at least a good rollover for all those positions that they have to roll from the December to the March contract. Volume rose a little bit yesterday. We added 8,900 in open interest to the downside. Again, that does blur things a little bit being in rollover, but for 2 straight days off this high, we've been adding open interest, indicating new selling, new shorts coming into the market. What happens to shorts in the equities? Eventually, they get eaten, and it looks like they're starting to get eaten today after those CPI numbers come out. So have we kind of established a potential rollover range? That's what it's starting to look like to me. And today was going to be all about those CPI numbers. So CPI numbers did not come out hot. So equities, of course, heading to the upside. Remember, it is in rollover. Currencies are also in rollover. Should probably be today or tomorrow, where the volume will overtake the December and the currencies, and we will move to the March numbers. I will let you know, and the Topstep X platform will also let you know when to move into the March contracts. So the S&Ps have pulled back considerably further than the NASDAQ. We're going to see that in the NASDAQ daily chart here, almost all the way back down to last week's low. When we look at this on the 30-minute chart, there is a whole bunch of confluence down near last week's low. There's a late spike base. We got last week's low. We've got an afternoon pullback high, all in this area. We were unable to reach that yesterday. The profile, well, yesterday's session was a pretty good down day. Okay, we added a little bit of volume. That's typical for down days. We also added open interest. So it's looking more and more like if this is short time frame sellers coming down to this level, they are currently being squeezed, and we've got a whole bunch of traders stuck short in the hole. With no bad news, they're not real happy about what's been going on since the number came out. So kind of looking at the profile from yesterday, I mean, it was pretty much a down day all day. I mean, just one time framing to the downside with an acceleration late in the session. Now, we talked about a structure break a couple of weeks ago, and I can't really call this a late spike because it happened before that last 30-minute bar, but it did continue and accelerate price to the downside. So we're calling this a structural late spike. A structural late spike. Well, it really held as resistance until the number came out. 7:30, the number came out, and that just blasted everything. But again, if we're going to be looking at late spike rules, well, opening above this level would indicate potential acceptance of higher pricing, and we can pretty much say with some confidence that it looks like we are going to be trying to accept pricing at higher prices above that level. The the IB low from yesterday, a lot of folks are looking at that 60-63 level as an important level of some sort of pivotal level, and I agree with that. So what are we doing now? Well, we've got to push to the upside. We've got the potential of opening with a gap above the high of the range from yesterday. That would be above 60.75 quarter. If we do that and we can't close that gap, guess what? The opportunities will probably be to the long side. So it is going to be an interesting opening after the CPI numbers when the regular trading hours session traders come into the marketplace. We are going to see some possible fireworks when that happens, and I'm looking forward to seeing what opportunities we are going to be able to find. Look at the NASDAQ now. We were just looking at the S&P daily. S&P daily has pulled all the way back to last week's lows. The NASDAQ is much more range bound E, much more rollover range bound E. And for the last two sessions, we've been losing open interest in the NASDAQ. That indicates long liquidation versus new selling coming in. Maybe that's the explanation why the S&P has dropped much further than the NASDAQ has, and the NASDAQ looking a lot more range bound. One other thing about the NASDAQ is the NASDAQ put in this all-time high here during an extended trading hour session, where the S&Ps put in that high in regular trading hour session. A little bit of difference there. So we were kind of looking at a potential paradigm shift in the S&Ps, holding up a little bit better throughout the day yesterday until the end of the day than the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is still presenting as the higher of the stronger of the two of them. We lost another 2,100 in open interest yesterday. Rollover range, CPI reaction driving us back inside of the potential rollover range. Take a look at the 30-minute chart here. So this gap that we failed to close in the NASDAQ, we closed 2 days ago in the S&P. The NASDAQ is holding up much, much better. Overnight inventory, we didn't really have any until after the news came out. So we're seeing some new longs, maybe some shorts being squeezed into this move to the upside. We have that same kind of structural late spike in the NASDAQ that puts it down at 21,434. Pretty much a long gone opportunity perhaps for us there. You don't know. You never know. If the market does pull back down to that level, opening above it indicates acceptance of higher pricing, and nothing says that acceptance of higher pricing means we just can close our eyes and buy it. We've got to be smart about it. As long as we hold above that level, I'm looking for possible opportunities to be able to manage risk and into some potential long positions. And of course, this is not financial advice. We're really just trying to put things in context here. little bit lower probability of us opening with a gap above the range high from yesterday, which was 21,606.75, the initial balance high. S&Ps did leave a failed upside auction above that initial balance high yesterday. That turned out to be a very powerful opportunity for shorts throughout the day yesterday. The profile yesterday, normal variation, neutral with a kind of structural break, late spike to the downside, currently being rejected. Price at lower levels being rejected, price at higher levels potentially being accepted. Keep that in mind as you look for your opportunities through the day. Now let's take a look at crude oil. All right. Range bound. It's just doing what range bound markets do. It goes to the high, it goes to the low, it trades back to the high, back to the low, back to the high, back to the low, back to the high. I'm getting tired of talking about that, but it is typical rotational activity. Low to high. That's the cycle that we're on. Watch if we get to last week's high and this 100 session simple moving average. That 100 session simple moving average has basically put in a trend line to the downside, while the weekly kickoff low has put in basically a horizontal line across the bottom. So it's looking like we're seeing even lows and lower highs over time here. This might be an interesting opportunity, of course, in either direction, but I'm going to be watching very carefully if we get to last week's high, which is 70.51, which is pretty much exactly where that 100 session simple moving average comes in, which put in the high back here on the 6th and 7th, put in the high back here on the 23rd and the 22nd and 25th, put in relatively close to the high on the 4th. We'll see what happens if price gets there. The thing about this is, yesterday we added about 8,000 in open interest on an attempted push to the upside. There's still open interest. There's still people trading this market. I can't figure out how to trade it to save my life. But just remember, the people that are more likely trading this market right now are shorter time frame traders, and they're going to be respecting shorter time frame levels. Off the low here, we've got higher lows, higher highs. We've opened with a gap. To close the session gap, we've got to bring price back down to 69.06, 69.06. We haven't been able to do so. If we can't close the gap relatively early, that has us looking for opportunities in the direction of the gap, looking for opportunities to the upside. But this market, to me, has been a very difficult market to trade, with low participation from longer time frame traders. There's always going to be lots of levels, lots of short time frame levels to lean on. The problem is always going to be which one. I'm not seeing a whole lot of shorter time frame levels to lean on as long as we continue to the upside until we get last week's high. I think there's plenty of space possibly up to that level, but what do I know? Take a look at gold now. All right. So the rally continues. We had a breakout 2 days ago on Monday. Yesterday we had some continuation. How did that continuation do? Well, volume maintained. We added another 8,000 in open interest. The auction is presenting as healthy. Excuse me. Yeah. So again, the auction is presenting as healthy, as kind of expected. This swing high up here is certainly going to be viewed as a potential target for longs. That level, 27.4820, that swing high, possibly being targeted as we speak. So again, adding a little bit of volume, adding open interest, the auction is presenting as healthy, and it will do so until it's not. Here we go. So overnight inventory was long, but a lot of it was reconciled by this range bound activity here. We did open, I believe, with somewhat of a gap. No, we did. We closed the gap. We looked basically, there it is, right to value high from yesterday. rejecting value high, rejecting settlement, which is 27.1840, and the market is now continuing to try and push to the upside. There has been a lot of weak structure left behind, left underneath this market, and gold has a tendency to do that. And it's only going to be important if there is some sort of pullback. We've got naked points of control. We've got a gap, another naked point of control, another naked point of control from yesterday. Those are considered weaknesses in structure. And again, they're only going to be important when they become important, when price targets them. To me, this auction is doing very well to the upside. The profile yesterday was a trend day to the upside, not a huge range, but still a good trend day to the upside. One of the things that I want to mention before we finish this is on this rally, since this rally began, every day has presented negative delta, indicating stronger buyers placing bids, letting short time frame traders hit those bids. And as soon as they can't get any more bought there, they move those bids up. They sit there on the bid. They soak up everything they can. That negative delta is created by the shorter time frame traders hitting those bids using market orders. And as they don't get any more bought, they move those bids to the upside. So we're seeing increasing volume, increasing open interest on negative delta. There are strong buyers in this market until there's not. Just a couple of context ideas for everybody there. Make sure you take your deep breath before you start trading today. Make sure you remain humble, grateful, creative, and centered in your trading today. And as always, pray for peace. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a great session. Eddie, what do we got going on here today?
All right. Hey, let's stay tuned, folks. Stay tuned here for number 14. Number 14. Yes, we're going to be doing a Topstep VIP scouting check-in. Remember, every time you check in, you get another entry into the drawing for our 10 VIP teams in January. Also, 439. Live trader Jared, Coach Jay, will be here for Fast Markets. Jared took a large payout December 3rd, but has since hit a long losing streak since then. We're going to ask Jared how he's doing and what his game plan is to turn the account around. Coach Jay is back from a freshly earned express funded account this morning, and most recent one was lost December 6th. And we're going to ask Jay what he's doing differently this time. Don't go away. We got lots going on here, so stick around. We got Fast Market coming up next. Johnny, meet you at the coffee machine. Be back in a minute. All right, let's get them Bears. Let's get them Bulls in the gates here. I'm going to pass it over to my good friend, Andre. Good morning, Andre. We are just about ready to open here.
Oh, man. Yes, we are. We got 20 seconds till the opening bell. Welcome right away to TopstepTV. This is Fast Markets. We got the CEO, the boss man in the house, Mr. Michael Patak. We got Jared J coming off a big payout about a week and a half ago. Now on a little bit of a cold streak. We'll see if we can get it back today. And we got, that's Jared. Then we got Jay in the house with an fresh XFA. Let's get it. Also the start of At the Buzzer. Make sure to check him out after Power Hour. Anyways, we are now open. Futures are up big after the CPI. Futures are up big after the CPI print. It looks like, look at the Fed Watch tool. It looks like a 94% probability that they will have the all systems go to cut rates in a week from today. Hoag, what are we seeing on this open?
Well, the S&Ps and the NASDAQ opened without a gap to the upside. We saw some pretty decent price action to the upside. This is the NASDAQ 30-minute chart. We've just opened inside the range from yesterday. I'll be watching to see if we show any signs of acceptance inside value. That would put us down below 571. 571. If we show signs of acceptance there, I could see us getting a nice pullback for an opportunity, because I'm still thinking, where do we buy this thing? S&P and the NASDAQ testing value high as we speak. Value high in the S&Ps, 72.5 from yesterday. Value 70 high, 72.5. Testing those levels now. Jay, I'm really interested in what you're thinking about them this morning. Yeah. Jared, good morning to everybody. It's great to have everybody back. We got the team back together. Let's look for some good trades here. I'm just kind of watching to see how this opens up.
Yeah, I'm looking at this reaction in the NASDAQ at 21,600. I'm with you, Hoag. Where do we buy this? And I'd like somewhat of a test of that 21,550 potentially to see if that holds as a support. We may not get all the way down there. But yeah, I'm looking to buy this as well.
Coach Jay, congrats, buddy. Series 3.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Say,
opening range just broke to the upside.
All right, Jared. Welcome to welcome to Fast Markets. Are you in Montana still?
Nope, back in Kansas City.
Excellent. Just a little touch and go out there in the mountains. I love it. Back in here. All right, what are your thoughts on the markets? We are seeing a little bit of buying here. The S&Ps and the NASDAQ last trade in the S&Ps 60.76, pretty much at the highs. NASDAQ last trade 21,588. Jared, what are we thinking today?
Almost it is the NQ and ES the markets to trade today. Unless you were in before the move happened, then you have to wait for some kind of structure to build. Because is there any reason that we would think there's a reversal? No. I mean, it could happen, right? But at this point, the market's up. So somehow you have to wait for some kind of structure to get in long. Or maybe there's better trade. Yeah, some kind of pullback where we can see, okay, there was yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. What is that defined?
Well, Jay, typically when we say we're looking for we're looking for structure, we're looking for some sort of base to get set in there, right, Jay? I mean, Jay's looking for a pullback to 21,550. Last trade, 585s. I think structure would be a bit of a pullback to 550s. And then just kind of see some buyers come in, create a base, and then maybe we pop higher. Yeah, Jay, tell me if I'm misunderstanding that.
No, that's exactly what it would be, right? Just a level where sellers decide that they're not going to continue selling. If we get somewhat of a pullback, you could buy it here. If you zoom out and you look at a higher time frame, we're kind of in the middle of the range, where if we're calling the highs of that range 21,700, there's 100 points to the upside. But for the day session so far, I have a hard time buying right here under a major level.
Okay.
Only thing we got is really that the opening range is the low of the day so far.
Right.
Yeah.
Opening range is low. What does that mean, Hoag?
From yesterday.
Oh, when you see opening range is low of the day, does that mean bulls on parade?
Yes, that's an indication of early buyers. And I like the fact that we've also rejected value from yesterday as well.
Nothing.
It helps you limit risk too.
Yet. Well, they're getting up there a little bit. 70% long. NASDAQ.
Like, looked at that yet. Let's catch 70% long. You got 70? Yep.
68.
Yeah, it's like 70% long. Putting in new highs here. 21,000. 610, 611s. Oh, what did we close around? 21,400 yesterday. I think that was the number Dolby put in for the poll on Power Hour. So a lot of buyers coming in there with a huge negative delta in the close. And lo and behold, we're about 200 points higher. Shout out to all those bottom pickers getting paid today. Looking at crude oil last trade, $69.44. High of the day, $69.62. Gold kind of creeping higher, $27.33 last trade. But right now, all eyes, like Jared J was saying, S&Ps and NASDAQ pushing higher here. Jay, looking for a pullback to 21,550. If we don't get it, you're really good at trying to measure the moves, what a realistic pullback would be in a trending market. So how far into the trading session does it take for you to figure out or calculate what a realistic pullback or a nice pullback would be for entry into the longs if we do continue to trend higher?
A half an hour, or at whenever we do get that first pullback. Yeah. Hoag, I was talking about it being hard to buy 600. Sometimes the hard trade is the one you need to take. You'd be up 10 points right now, but doesn't fit my trade style, so not a trade that I'm going to take.
Yeah, I mean, we all have our styles. We all have what we're looking for. Usually patience is the right thing to do. Opening range trades have a low probability of success, but when they are successful, they can be wildly successful. Opening range is the low of the day so far in the S&P and in the NASDAQ, and we've rejected value from yesterday. We tested to it, bounced off it, and we're seeing continuation to the upside. So let's stay patient. Let's do the right thing and look for the right opportunities as the day goes on.
Absolutely.
So this is something that I've kind of been kicking around for the last 2 weeks as part of, as you know, my cold streak that I've been on for now it's going on 3 weeks. And so I started asking the question, like, what's changed? Have I changed? Has the market changed? I started digging into it, and I started noticing I kept bumping into people talking about volume. I had noticed volume too was changing, on the daily. If you look at the daily volume for the SPY, NVIDIA, Apple, everything, they're trading at about a third or a tenth of their volume on the daily that they were trading at the beginning of this year. And Jay, I know I believe you saw part of this post that I made. Yeah. Yep. So like the volume is non-existent. And I went back to even 2001 or 2000s, and we're trading from a stock level, from the index or the indices level. The volume is almost a tenth. It's at a tenth of what it has been. And I find that very weird when here, like supposedly 2020, Robinhood, all that brought in a massive new flood of traders. So I would have been expecting crazy volume. And we had NVIDIA, and NVIDIA, Apple, all their volume's just gone. So I was like, okay, wait a minute. Markets are still moving, but why is it moving if you don't have volume and we're still having big swings? Well, the last couple of days, the options volume has topped all volume ever. And again, it did it again yesterday. So at that point, I was like, okay, options is driving this market. Everything around the options, that's what the market is today. So with that information, I started looking at, okay, if I just took options level like Gamma and GEX and started trading that, how successful would I be? And maybe couple that with my normal strategy. And that is where I started seeing success again, because that is what's driving everything at this point.
Volume.
Yep. Options volume.
Yep. Shout out to Nick for a tick on that one too. I'm sure he's looking at his screen saying, I told you guys should have listened to me all along. But yes, 100%. You're onto something for sure.
Hey, Jared, how's that cold streak going? I've been on cold streaks before, and then to get yourself out of them, it's at the end of the year, so hopefully there's no implosion happening, which you see people do at the end of the year and do the F.
I just got long one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just got long one in the NASDAQ, 21,598. Got a little bit of a pullback to the opening range high.
You like this for the house?
I do. I'm not risking a whole lot on this. I'm risking 15 points. But I got long at 598. We tested the opening range high. VWAP left the opening range to the upside. So that is a long signal for me.
We'll see if we can get a pullback to your level and see if we can get back in with you.
Jay Long, long one NASDAQ, 21,598. 598 long one NASDAQ.
And I'm long. I was long already at 21,582.75.
Look at
You guys
you.
gotta talk to us.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were. I was going to start out. So I was thinking, like, what am I going to do today? I'm on a cold streak. I can't do two things at once. So I was
He's
like,
a little
all right.
too tepid, man. I get it. He's trying to dip a toe in the water. He's got a cold streak going. All right, hey, you talked it out.
Like,
You talked it out.
all
Let's
right,
get into
today's
this.
the house account. We're going to make the house money. That's what we're doing.
Where's
today.
the risk on this?
83s.
83s.
83.
We're working 600s for 3.
600 on it. 600 even on 3, MP. Obit on 3. Obit on 3.
Johnny, you're working that, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 600 on 3.
We don't.
Go ahead, Jay.
Everything's hard to trade on TV because my layouts aren't the same to make it work for TV. It's just like it's a totally different game.
Oh,
Different
come
beast.
on. It's not that
It's
hard.
a different beast, Jay.
It is. Okay, maybe I'm the newbie on this.
No.
but it is.
You're 100% right. You're 100%. We talk about it.
Adjustment.
We talk about it all the time. It's trading 25s, guys. It's trading on our highs right now.
All right.
I'm
so
waiting for
here's
somebody to say, just buy it.
the problem
got
is,
it.
folks, there's
Well,
nothing
we're still
above
working
here.
that bid.
Okay.
There's
The
nothing.
next level, if we go from just a GEX level, the next level is 21,708. The next target.
708 upside. 708. Okay.
That's a while down the
Yeah.
road.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, coming up
All right,
here
I
in
trailed
about
my-
3 minutes, our friends up north, the Great White North, they got their interest rate decision coming up. Just want to put that out.
Thank you, Eddie. Well, I got you here. Let's take a quick peek
Oh,
as we
you need-
continue to rally here. What do we got here on the ecos really quick, Eddie?
Hey, 48 minutes. We've got our crude oil inventories. We also do have the coming up here at 10 o'clock, Cleveland CPI. Also at 12 o'clock, 10-year note auction. And let's not forget about the Fed balance budget at 1 o'clock this afternoon. That's about it. I'm watching the wire. Eyes on the prize. Back to you, Andre.
Yeah, good
What's
job,
the
Eddie.
great-
Adobe earnings
what-
after the board. What's up, MP?
What's the great state of Canada doing? Governor Trudeau?
Why is that funny? Why is that?
Throwing a big party up north, and we're all invited.
So
You
what
see
was
Trump just calls him out. Yo, you're a state now. You're a governor. For what?
He wants us, Canada to be the
Oh, boy.
51st state.
Hey, shout out to Nicholas Ronell in the chat. Have a good morning.
What's up, Ranella?
21,613. Last trade in NASDAQ.
We had a big order trade at the 630s, 21,630s.
Yeah,
That
I don't like that.
Coulda.
What was it? Sell?
Yeah.
Obviously capped it.
Yep.
How many times did it trade?
I can't even see the quantity, but it was a decent size up there.
I see a 500 volume right there.
I see 153.
The NASDAQ pushing
Yeah,
higher.
That was
Tilt.
a sweep, it looks like.
Oh, that's for GC. My bad. GCG.
All right. So then it pulled back for NASDAQ. It pulled back to the session VWAP, the RTH session VWAP, which was at 603, which we also had another level, GEX level there. So it pulled back to that. And then again, going back to the upside. And this, Jay, have you found this? Like these kind of days, every little pullback, you're like, oh, it's a reversal. It's a reversal. And you just get annihilated the whole day.
Yeah.
Jared?
Yeah, it feels like it's just going to take some time to get going. I still do like this to the upside. We're just seeing a lot of overlap in these first couple of minutes. We're still, we're not even 15 minutes in. I'm trying to find a place to trail my exit to, but I can't yet. My stop is in the profit at this point. I'm at 602. Want to take, a decent profit on this trade, but I also think there's, 70 points to the upside. So
Yeah.
position management, if I was in multiple contracts, I would take one off for sure.
Here come the buyers now. Let's see what they do with these
there we
30s,
go.
guys. 30s was the level where the sellers came in? 30s, 630?
Yeah.
All right. That's
Now
628.
650s. Watch the 650s.
We can pop through these 30s to look out for the 50s. Jared J. Big wall. Resistance, Michael. A little resistance at 630 here. A little tug of war. Give the whole college try.
Canceled that bid. I think we're left behind here.
They said, au
I thought you
revoir.
got
Oh,
in, Hoag.
Missed it.
No, we were working 6 evens, 600s. 40s trading out, 39 quarters.
Ooh,
High.
nice longs,
39
fellas.
quarter high. Oh, nice
Yep,
40
nice
point
longs,
move.
guys.
Now here, really quickly, Jared,
Yo.
last time I was on here talking to you, I know I haven't been on in a while. I've been rehabbing the voice, Andre. Everybody's asking if you're in rehab. I go, yeah, you're rehabbing.
I saw that. I kind of picked up on the jokes in the chat. I kind of saw either I got engaged or I was in rehab. I kind of picked up on the narrative.
That'll do it.
No.
Getting engaged.
And a baby
will get
on the way.
rehab.
Getting engaged, then going to rehab. Yes. No.
Just can't stay awake, can you?
Go ahead, MP.
Jared, you were on here last time with me, and I had a good time with you, and you gave me some good insights. Even how to talk to my kids, because your dad talked to you in a certain way on how you're feeling. I've actually used that one, but that's not the topic. The topic is about you had 40 to 60 points into a trade that last time. You said you're on a cold streak. I know you're in a trade right now, but you got 50 points into this trade at least. What's your target? Yeah.
Good question. Great
Oh,
question.
Is that a problem?
I don't have a target, and
Yeah.
here's why.
You've
Like,
been in the
because-
money, but last time my friend was with you. He had a 50 handle, 60 handle day, and you let, I think, it all go away that day.
Yeah,
Great call.
yeah. Good question. Good challenge for me.
It's just a throw out there. I don't know the effing answer.
Yeah.
So
Well, we're in the
We
650s.
got 80
Something to
offered at
think about.
58 here. I trailed my exit
58.
30 points in the profit.
Well done.
See if
What
we
do
can
you
take out
think
these
I should do?
58s.
I don't know. I'm not in your head. For me to give you advice is for me to know every situation that you're
It's
thinking
nice to
about.
put some It's nice to stack W's.
blah, blah.
I'll tell you that. It's
Put
nice
in a
to stack
share.
couple
Yeah,
W's.
put in a. I've always said don't give advice because that means you know everything about what's happening in their life. Blah 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 blah.
shared experiences,
So my
though,
shared
Michael.
experience, my shared experience, is
Okay, let me
get
put
a W. Get
Put
a
it this
W.
way.
Best. Hold on, real quick. The best way to
Okay.
kill a cold streak to anybody out there is get on freaking base. Get a W
Yeah.
for the day.
Get hit
A
by a
W
pitch,
for the
take
day.
a walk.
Delesh style.
Loop single.
Delesh. We'll call it the
bunt.
Delesh. Yeah, we'll call it the Delesh.
Wow. We're going to call it the Delesh.
Why not? Why not? He
Wow.
coined it. Yeah.
Yes, he did.
So here's what I
Delesh.
think
Can't
will
let this thing
happen.
Run.
If I get out now, if I take, I'm only on one contract, so I can't have a
Selling
runner.
the highs.
Don't
So
say the word
if I
only.
get out,
That's still good. That's still good. You speak in
then
the
I
positive.
have to be
before
willing to stay out the rest of the day. And the reason
that.
being
Are you up
is,
today? What's your P&L?
I am up
Look at this thing run.
2,600.
Okay, you're up a good day. And you got a live account. This
Just
is your live
past
trade.
last week's high, which was 21,669
Wow.
quarter. Just took it
Jay's
out.
loving this. We are cooking here. Yep, Hoag. We are cooking here. New highs in the S&P 6083. New highs in the NASDAQ 21,675. Bulls on parade as we speak. We're about 100 points higher off that open. Look at this, baby. Go.
How about this really quickly? In the last 10 days, you haven't had a winner, but you're up 2,600 today.
Yeah.
Okay, keep half that. This is what we do
Say
to
1,300.
live trades. Keep half of it, okay? Can you keep half? Can you keep 1,300 and call it today a $1,300 day?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Guys, we're going to hold Jared, who's ranked 6th. What were you, 16th at one point?
That
guys have
sounds
told
kind
you-
of high. I don't think I
No,
am
it's
that
not.
now.
16th. We have it right here. Highest past rank. Jared at number 16 on the big board. Guys, these are folks that are trading
Read
very well.
bios.
Tens of thousands. Tens of thousands of traders. And this is 6th of 30th. What's the 6th? That's of July, August, September. Hold on. What is it? Wow.
Don't do that.
This July.
A lot of months. A lot of trading.
I know. I'm trying to go. Okay, so in June. Sorry, in June.
Where do we sell this, Hoag?
All right,
Some
hang on one
high.
second while MP's crunching numbers. So
Oh, you had
over
this
here,
30th? Yeah. How many, I'm trying to go how many
That's
days ago. But, okay, now your current rank's 439. You're still top 1,000. That is very good. We're sharing the top 1,000 on our big board. Regardless, we're sharing it. The fact you got a 16 it means you're good. You have a live account means you're good. You have $2,600 right now. Pretty damn good. Every time I've traded with you thus far, you've had 50 handles into a trade. Pretty damn good. I'm seeing a lot of goods coming from you. You got to turn that, break that cold streak.
Slump
Get
buster,
on this.
Michael. Little slump buster.
Love it. Love it. Well,
Chicago
and,
slump buster.
So this is a little side note here. Then we're always learning about ourselves. So last weekend I started The Disciplined Trader by Douglas. We all love it. So yesterday I was up $5,800 and I ticked the top according to my plan. It was a great setup. It was up $5,800. Got distracted. Got a call. And I looked over and it looked like my original reaction was rats. I got to close the trade, even though I had stops in and all this, right? It was just a reaction because I was totally distracted. Closed the trade. And then at that point, I was offsides of it. And I tried to get back in while I was still distracted. And that whole day, I took a 2,000 loss. So I lost 7,000 yesterday on that day. That's one point on being distracted. But what actually did happen underneath that, and Douglas talks about, he goes, people have to feel like they had to earn that money that they make in the market. And I had made that $5,800 in less than 2 minutes because I caught it right. And I did not feel like I'd earned it. It was not painful. It was too easy. And I couldn't walk away because of that.
New highs.
Jared, if you were in multiple, I know you said you're in one contract. I'm kind of thinking the same thing right now. If you were in multiple, how would you manage that position? Let's say you had 10. Would you take a percentage off? Would you take 20% off? Because what I'm thinking right now with this one, I kind of want to sell or buy 5 micros here and sell the mini so I can take half of the position off and still ride it right now. That micro position is going to look like a negative, but overall for the trade, it's still positive, but I can still manage the position. That's what I'm thinking about doing here. I've done it before and it's worked out because, if you think there's some more room left, but you want to secure some of the position, that could be, best of both worlds, right? Where you can think trade management from that point. Just a suggestion.
I like that. Another thought too that I've had is you keep. So I have the NQ on, jump over to the ES. If I think potentially the top's in, then you short the ES. And that way, if you're wrong, you don't lose your great NQ position. And what I like to do is my NQ will be larger. So I'll short on the ES with a smaller size. Like if I'm 5 long NQ, only do 3 ES. And that, the NQ usually covers your ES loss. And right here,
yeah, well, hold on. Is this whole strategy just to keep a run around, guys?
Yeah, I think that, we don't, I think what I heard from Jared is you don't want to get out of this position because I don't necessarily have a target for this either. I see some orders up at 700, which there's 185 lot at 700. I think
you
we can
trade
go
around your position. I've always traded around my position, guys. That's basically what trading around your position is. You're long. You want to be long. You want to stay long. You're long one lot. You can still trade around it. You can do your short, like if you're looking for a long play on one, you can still trade around it with the same bias that you're looking for long. So right now, if you're like, hey, take this one off, get short, but then you're always looking to get back long. You're in that same mindset, but you're able to then trade around it as it dances up here, consolidates up here, or does its little range-bound moves that it's going to do.
My only problem
gold,
with that is
76% long here in gold.
Would be is a personal thing is when I'm off mentally, like I have been, then trading around things, it goes too fast. No,
I'm not. Okay. If you're off mentally right now,
200 and 700. 200 off for 700.
Keep it super simple. Keep it super simple. And just take a W. Take a nice, sizable W. You're probably up 3 right now, right? What are you up?
2,200. Yeah. 3 total. 3,100 total.
3,100 total. I mean,
damn good day.
That's a killer day. Considering you've been cold, and I bet your days probably prior to that may average maybe under that. Around that. I don't have your.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, you're already
much
that's the
out
way
here.
that I always put at it. I'm not going to talk you into anything. You're a product of free will. But I am on here. Yeah, I am
So
on here to help.
this is one thing that I miss, not or that happens. I see on a retail traders. You're not at a desk. You're not in a trading room, so you're not able to talk this out. And with your,
100%.
like usually at work, you're sitting there like you're coding. Let's say you're a programmer, peer programming, right? That you're sitting down, one's driving the keyboard, one's talking it out, and that's a game changer. But in trading, in individual retail trading, it's really hard to just talk it out.
Yeah. Okay, let's just you do not have to take this but put a poll out there. Should Jared keep this runner on? Should Jared cut this one and keep at least half of his profits and continue trading, or should Jared call it a $3,100 day? Something of that
230
nature.
off.
The all-time high that we put in on Monday in the extended trading hour session is 21,706 quarter. Just a little reference for you guys.
Air horn
230
incoming.
offered at 700 now.
237.
Real quick here, Dow sellers big time here. Coming
Yeah,
up
look
with
at that.
Watch that Dow here.
Interesting.
Eddie, no news coming up in the next 4 minutes.
Not for us unless you've got something I don't see. We've got something coming up in around 30 minutes or so. That's going to be our crude number.
Okay.
All right.
No,
Started
I
seeing a
know.
little
Got a
bit of
new high?
steam. New high. No, not new high yet. All-time highs coming. We were getting close. We're about 30 points away from all-time highs. We're getting close to air horn. Dust that air horn off, Eddie, in case we need it. Recharge it with gas. We might be
short.
All right,
I
I'm
think short. I'm out. And I went short on the ES.
flat NASDAQ short ES.
Yep.
I kind of like
Yes.
that.
I'm flat on that also.
I can
kinda
get an update
like
on the
that.
P&L. Update the P&Ls when you guys get a chance, fellas.
Great trade, guys.
Thanks,
Right
bro.
up there, all-time
1487.
high.
Let's go. Nice start. 25 minutes into the open. 25 minutes.
And the only reason I got out of that is because I don't love that reaction at 700, right? We need some, and I think we're going to run through it, right? But I could always get back in a trade. And like I said, if I had multiples, I'd probably still be in with a runner, but I had one. So you got to make a decision. And I'm good with $1,400 in the first 15 minutes of the market. So
Absolutely.
But did you sweat? Did you? It was.
I know,
way too
Jared.
easy.
Don't. Jared, you did. You did.
we did
I
have to
like
sweat
what
that one a
Milo-
little bit, Jared.
Milo goes in here. I don't get married to a trade. We used to always say, "Don't get married to a trade." Then somebody in the pit say, "Don't get married to anybody." You know, like, we're in the pit. Yeah. Okay, got it. Good joke. There's a lot of good jokes in the pit.
The pit's just.
We'll have to
comedy
go
hour.
through it at some time. There's just standard repeat ones that they do.
You guys
all
remember
right, really
about where
quick,
your
fellas.
exits were?
Our exits. What'd you guys sell? 700, or we can get to 700. Real quick, let me see. Hashtag Power Hour, upper left-hand corner of the screen. See hashtag Fast Markets as well. Hit us up at TopstepTV. Send us your memes, swag, trader wins, performance dashboard, analytics, 5K payout hats, anything you want us to share later this afternoon in Power Hour. Again, hashtag Power Hour at TopstepTV. Also, while we're at it, click like, click subscribe, give us a follow at TopstepTV. We're on X. Or as Eddie likes to call it, we're on Twix. Think
So
of that,
my
Twix.
NQ exit was at 680.
Yeah, I was right around there. I
Thank you,
think
Jared.
I was at 75s.
Thanks, guys.
Strong moves here in
So-
gold. Watch this top here in gold
Yeah,
also.
look at that.
In order for me to get back into this now long, I want that order at 700 to fill, potentially get a pullback back to that regular trading hour session VWAP, which is now at 633, and then I'd look to get long there. With that big of an order out there, we're 16 points away from it. I don't see enough of a reason to get long here because that's a big area of contention, right? If we don't have enough buyers to take that out, then everyone who's long right now is going to start selling, and I don't want to be caught in that wave. So need to see buyers convinced enough to take that order out to tell us that there's some more room up.
What a great
Jared,
call. What a great
Jared, what price are you short from in the SPOOs or ES?
81.75.
Thank you. One short one for 81.60,
Oh no, I'm
81.7.
short 3.
Short.
Dirty married.
Yeah.
Why'd you say it like that?
Well, I'm not feeling it.
Okay.
Continuation
My-
downside. Dow just falling out of bed here.
Look at that, Eddie. Yeah, man. Look at that thing just fall out of bed.
All right,
Yesterday was the
Watching
opposite.
that.
Yeah. Interesting.
Should have got in.
MP, here come the bulls. Let's see. We got 230
Outcome.
offered at 700 in the NASDAQ.
Jay,
Hoag, I
if
got a
I could
little-
ask you a question.
What's up, Hoag?
If you want to go on my charts here for just a moment, all right, we're all set there. So this is one of your prime setups here, isn't it, Jay? That long. There's that first
It is.
30, that first 3-minute opening range. The market leaves it. The anchored VWAP is now above that bar. The market comes right back down to it. That's right where you got in that long.
Exactly
Is that why
where I got
you
in,
took that trade?
100%.
100%.
100%.
All right.
Yep.
You've been scouting, man.
That's what Coach Paul and I call that urgency setup. Sometimes we'll see it on a 30-minute chart on the Globex, but today, and the reason I look at a 3-minute chart for the New York session is because we get a lot more volume in it and the moves happen quicker. If that VWAP is telling me that there's some urgency with the buyers and I just want to get in the flow, if that red line was still in the opening range, then I wouldn't have taken that trade at all. But in the first 6 minutes, it left the range, gave me a pretty good idea that we were going to keep moving to the upside. Let's see what happened. 240 at 700 now.
240, 700.
Getting
Yep.
in your brain. Getting in your
See if it gets
brain,
filled.
Jay.
Oh, still can't get there. Give it the old college try. Would you get short with paper
Three
there?
degrees.
Would you get short with paper up at 700? Something to think about. Anyways, all right, everyone's, well, Jared is short.
No,
681.
I'm flat.
Oh, you're flat. Out. Okay, great.
Yep.
Can we update your P&L when you get a chance?
25.10 for the
Done.
day.
25-10. That is
Yep.
breaking
Start.
a cold streak, and that is healthy breaking a cold streak.
Great job, man.
Trading coach MP. I like it.
I think I know your balance, so I think that's helping your balance pretty nicely. When you get the tighter balances, guys, in the live account, I get how it gets anywhere. So it's because people start in live. People start in live. They start with a healthy freaking account. Usually,
Yeah.
as a $250,000 that start, and then you get down to $250,000. You take a $50,000 payout. Blah blah blah. Next thing you know, you're down to 20 grand left in your account. Some people have this problem. Lots of people have this problem. It's normal. It's how you get yourself out of that J curve. Unprofitable. Swing it around.
Boy, when you're at the bottom of that J, though, man, it can feel like you are underwater. But yes, you're right, Michael.
It's a tough one.
You are just gasping for air up there.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to all the Topstep. Hey, shout out to the Topstep army that we saw there in Rip's poker stream last night. I just wanna
Oh
say.
man, that was
We had
epic.
We had a
was great.
takeover last night, man. We took that bleep over, man. They were asking who's
He's playing again
Topstep. Like,
tonight.
who's Topstep? He's playing tonight. He's got a big one. Who's Topstep?
Was it
all
last
the suckers that
night
didn't know who Topstep was? Oh, we let them know.
or
We
the
let 'em know
night
who Topstep-
before? And there was a pot, and it was Rips and another guy, Doylan, maybe something like that. And Rips did not have the winning hand, but he bluffed it, and his
Bluff.
cold stare on the other guy.
Dude.
Oh my goodness, it was daggers
Dude.
coming out of Rip's eyes. It was so epic.
Oh, he's playing Ivy. He's playing Phil Ivy tonight.
Is he
Yeah.
playing Phil
Tonight.
tonight?
Yep.
so.
Tune in
Rips,
for that.
is Rips on or is he sleeping? Rips, are you in here? Rips. Calling Rips.
He
Probably
was streaming
resting
this
up.
morning.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh no, yeah, that bluff was it was epic. Even the announcers were like, dude, look at Rips.
Rip, man. Wow. Again, let's see everyone in that room. Another Topstep takeover. Topstep Army in full force, man. Let's let them know who we are, that we back our family around here. We back them all.
Yeah, that's very cool.
See, this hesitation at these 700s is why I got out of that trade. Where I don't have a big enough account to take it out, so I need someone else to do it, and they're not doing it yet. And
Michael.
That's a nice way to put it.
but we do have a house account that I think could trade some size.
Well, how's it going,
I
guys?
don't know if we-
Yeah, we can do anything. 50 lots.
We need about a 250
Gold
NG.
is not stopping here, folks.
Wow, gold is cooking right now, Eddie. Holy cow, look at that.
Cooking. Gumbo, baby,
20
gumbo.
Gold up $20 since the open. Last trade 27.48. Nice job, Eddie, watching our 6 here. It did get the top of the hour. JD, if you're ready, I think everyone is flat. House account flat. Jay's flat. Jared J flat. Got some profits for the fellas here. Great start to the morning.
Andre, I've been talking about gold for 3 weeks.
Most fascinating trade. Hoag's been all about that yellow gold.
Can't hold it down, man.
That Costco goody. All right, hey, JD, come on in. We got some P&Ls, buddy. Happy Wednesday, JD. What's good, man?
What is up, guys? Nice trading this morning. Good job, Jared. One of the benefits of having a live funded account is having that risk management team calling you up, telling you to take profits when you are big in profits, just like the guys we're doing with you right now. That's awesome teamwork, guys. Speaking of which, Caleb, on the top of our P&L list from yesterday, trading the NASDAQ, took home $24,724. Today, he's up another 30 grand, and our risk team is on the phone with him as we speak, talking him into locking in some profits. So, big week for Caleb on the live funded side.
Hell yeah.
Then we got Shen. Shen up 21,495, trading the NASDAQ. Faye, our gold trader. Faye has been in this live funded account for 82 days now and has taken a total of $91,402.
God, I went back in those traders.
$91,402. Live funded account profits. All trading gold. Big shout out to Faye there. Balkaron, common name around there, 11,449.
Again.
Trading the ES and the NQ. It took 41.78 out of the S&P and 72.71 out of the NASDAQ. And then Brian D. Running with the list, $10,600 trading the NASDAQ yesterday. Shout out to Rafa. Number one on the big board, came in. We got honorable mention in 9th place with just about $8,000 trading the ES yesterday. Rafa took $108,000 in live payouts last week. Rafa is on a tear this month. Absolute
Pro ball, man. Big
Ball's right.
Man.
Michael, why don't you trade? Because we're focused on backing traders. That's what I do.
I love that. I love that voice he does. What's that voice?
It's just everybody out there voice. It's just like whoever just your voice.
Hey, guess who's in chat, guys?
Who we got, Eddie? Rips. Dude. Yes, Rips. Everyone go check out Rips tonight. Make sure you post that link. Rips, you're an animal, man.
We are getting ready to break the NASDAQ all-time high, the NQ.
Yep.
Eddie.
Bumping
Eddie,
up the
there.
phone.
There we go. Air horn, Eddie. Air horn.
We got it?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Get it.
I got it on mine.
Yep.
Here we go.
There it is. All-time highs.
Wow.
Those that were trying to
Let's
buying
go.
the triple Qs and the SPY. Shout out to all the people trying to time buy the triple Qs.
Just get in.
Just get in, Michael. Get in. It just
get
goes
in,
higher.
huh? Water is warm.
Water's warm.
Jay.
21,720. New all-time highs in the NASDAQ. Shout out to Rips. We'll be there supporting you in the chat on the live stream tonight. Going against Phil Ivey. Wow. Heavy hitters, man. But Rips can hold his own for sure. Nothing showing on the tilt here. Everyone's flat.
So,
What's up,
Jay,
Jared? You
would
had a
that
question?
have been on the 1 minute or the 2 minute where you would potentially try to have gotten in where there was just this little bit of structure that it built up right here. And you say,
Yes.
okay, that's where I'm going to get in for long. Still not trading against trend, but unless there's some reason that you think that's the top, is that kind of what we were talking about as far as trading the structure?
Exactly. Yeah. If you guys can pull up my charts real quick, right before getting out of that trade, I was actually thinking about adding another contract. I have this candle kind of framed out here, and it was almost and the reason I framed it out is because it's almost as much volume as we had in the open. And we can see how the market respects these prices, right? So for me, trailing it, in hindsight, my exit should have gone at 50% of this candle. And then I can add somewhere near these highs, risking 50% of it, and we can see how it held. but being that close to 700 is why I didn't do it. But yeah, that's exactly where I would have been adding Jared.
Mm-hmm. Now on the ES, we got some levels there at the 85 that is causing problems. I'm not saying that it's a reversal, but we have from Minther Q, what they have a GEX level there and their 1 day max. So that was their expected move for the ES for today. So again, if you were like multiple contracts long, then that might be okay, peel more off at that level.
Gotcha. ES still has some room up to that 6,100 if these 85s hold.
Yep.
I'm trying to think now, do I play the catch up? ES catching up to the NASDAQ, is there more room potentially here?
Well, yeah, the call resistance is at 6,100. So you have reason to believe that 6,100 is on the docket.
Right.
6,100? Yeah.
Yeah. I am not going to do that. But that I probably would normally if I was doing better. I would wait
Makes
for
sense.
some little kind of structure where I could get long. And MP, you talk about mindset and winning days and stuff. Like on when you're losing, when you're just beating yourself up and just gasping for breath, then you tend to, when you're losing the train of thought, but it'd be really hard to walk away today. And but instead, when you have that right mindset and more of a winning mindset, you just don't. It's like, it's not worth it. And maybe it's like Mark also said something in the book about your time. Is it paying yourself? Like your time is worth it. So are you really wanting to waste your time and give away that money and rob yourself of that money, of that time?
So I guess I'm missing the party. Actually, I've been a busy week flying back from California, but Rips, I'm going to tune in tonight. Phil,
you going to tune in?
Hung out with the cooler, Vakil.
Oh, man. Man, oh, man. Michael's pretending to be a surfer. Michael pretended to be a surfer like Zuckerberg. Look at you CEOs. You guys get bored with life. You slap a surfboard to your feet.
Yep, and sunscreen all over the face. Just did exactly Zuckerberg style. Rips, you're playing Phil Ivey tonight. The whole planet's going to tune in here at Topstep. Everybody, we're going to push this. We're going to take over their chat. We're going to take over everything over there. And we're going to root Rips on like he's the best poker player in the planet.
Yes.
And then Phil Ivey will get nervous and think he was, but now he's going to say I was. And then next thing you know, Rips is going to say I am. And then you're going to take it over and you're going to win the whole freaking thing. And I want everybody in the chat to then talk about how, if you really want to understand how to manage a real stack, come on over to Topstep. And then everybody teaches the whole poker world. But there's a whole nother world that you can manage your stack, not go all in all the time. Stay patient, practice patience. And Rips will have him on here talking about.
There he is.
Hey!
Get it.
Hey! Yeah!
I heard somebody was talking about me. Is that you, MP?
Get him in here. Dude, I'm proud of you. Anybody who rags on Rips at all, any of those trolls, you're like, guys, the guy can manage poker stacks as well. He just knows how to manage things. And I love it, Rips. You're in. You're in on the poker community now. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been playing poker for longer than I've been trading. And I say this all the time to anybody that I talk to, whether it's on my stream or in person. I have learned so much from playing poker that I have carried over into trading. And I've learned so much in trading that I've carried back over into poker. And that comes with bankroll managing your risk, learning how to take bad beats and just get through it, managing your emotions, staying away from tilt. They work hand in hand so well that there are such big hedge fund managers out there that they require their traders to actually go out and play poker because you learn so much through the crossover. So it's an amazing, beautiful relationship between the two.
And then to top it all off, I know when we did the XFA and everything changed, people were like, oh, Rips, you come out banging on your live account, which is great. I thought I'm watching that because you get beat. Excuse me, you get beat up every now and then. You're on Twitter. You're a face on Twitter, so of course
Yeah.
you're gonna get. I got teed up this week for technical issues, guys. Sorry about that, but we have technical issues every now and then. Just don't blow me up about this. I'm doing nothing
Weird.
for communicating. That's a different story. But Rips, you got on there and you were on the live P&L leaderboard, which we just shared, not leaderboard, but best P&Ls from yesterday. You're doing that. Then you can go into the poker world, which you do, I think, almost, 5 days a week now?
I play a lot. Yeah, I play a lot. It depends on
Then you
how
got
much
your-
mental capital I have, but yeah.
The Market Clubhouse in the morning. Guys, Rips is here to help you. And he doesn't need to keep proving to anybody what he's doing, because in general, you're supposed to find somebody that can help you get better. So if you're looking at Rips and be like, damn, I like how he bluffs, then there you go. That's a coach helping you out. You like how he bluffed on that one. I guess you had a great bluff that everybody loves. I gotta catch up. And then you like how he trades. You like how even if you're like all this. So I always tell everybody, if you find somebody like Coach Jay, we talked about this too. And we had that Twitter rant too, Coach Jay. We were on there about all the stuff when you pass the Series 3. Shows like if somebody can help you get better, or you're entertained by that somebody, even like the PW world is, if he wants to be entertaining, fine. I think he leads people in the very wrong direction. So does a few other guys over there that do that. But at least we're working with folks that lead people the right direction the best they can. And so I'm excited about you. And you sit, who's at the table with you?
We are going to be playing with Phil Ivey tonight, I grew up watching Phil Ivey when I was younger. I've been playing poker for more than 20 years now. Phil Ivey is considered the greatest living poker player of all time. And it's going to be one of my childhood dreams to actually be sitting. Think about it. Not only am I playing in a game with Phil Ivey, I'm playing high stakes, and I'm playing on a live stream where we get to all hang out together and have a great time. So I feel like I should be rocking some like Topstep swag on stream. I feel like I should be rocking like a Topstep shirt, Topstep hat, something like that. I feel like we should do something like that.
I think we should. I think there should be something here.
There's so many people that ask me about trading. I mean, even last night I was talking about it a little bit, but there's so many people that ask me, what do I do? I've been a trader for more than 10 years. What do you do now? Well, I trade on props. What are props? Talk about Topstep. And I actually get a lot of people at the poker tables who end up trying out Topstep's program. And I always get texts back like, oh, dude, I tried out Topstep. This is crazy. Like, what's the catch? No, there's no catch. You just make money and you have a great time. It's amazing. Yeah, it's a great way to learn to trade too if you've never traded before.
Got to get Phil over to Topstep. I'd love to have him on here. Kind of put that in his ear. Get him on here. We'll make it worth his time, and then let's get him trading some NASDAQ. And I bet you he cracks out on it, so to speak, of jolliness.
All right.
Yeah, that would be really, really sick. Yeah, so I mean, it's gonna be an amazing game. It's not a tournament. We're playing all cash. It's live money, and it's high stakes. We're playing $100, $200 blinds. Last night there was a couple $200,000, $300,000 pots. The night before I played in a $350,000 pot, and this is all real money, folks. So that's what makes it so exciting to tune in and watch this. So I'm looking forward to everybody tuning in tonight.
We're gonna get everybody. We're gonna drop the link all day long. If I assume there's a link that's already ready to go, weight room or whatever.
Yeah. There's if you just go to the WPT channel, their official channel, there's
official
right there.
channel. Thank you, Dolphin.
Quick question for Rips when you have a second.
Hit me.
Yeah, notify or whatever,
Rips.
Subscribe or whatever you can. So you're on with all of us tonight.
Squid Game. What's a Squid Game? What is that?
It's a way to induce action in the game. It's a little bit confusing, but basically there's a number of little coins, tokens, buttons, whatever you want to call them. And if you win a hand, you get to keep a button. Every single time we have a certain number of buttons in the game, you collect them, you get paid on them. The people who don't play hands or don't win a squid button have to pay out the people that have the buttons. It's just a way to induce action, but I prefer playing nice, clean, just regular old poker. So hopefully we'll only be playing Squid Game maybe once an hour or something like that. But the stream is going to be going from 6 p.m. Eastern time till about midnight. So it's going to be about a 6-hour stream full of poker action.
Rips, what do you say to somebody?
I watched it last night. It's very exciting. It was really cool to see you there. That was awesome.
I'd
What do you
watch
say
it
when
tonight
I-
in Hoagland.
Yeah, what do you say when people are like, "Oh, that's just gambling"? What do you? I mean, like,
Well,
That's what people
I
say,
get
why-
that conversation. Yeah, I get that question and that conversation quite a bit. It's very much in similarity to trading. Because in trading, you could say that's a gamble too, because when you press the button, whether you're going long or short, you don't know for a fact, unless you're the person who's buying tens of thousands of contracts, what the market's going to do. Most of the people out here that are watching right now are really going to have very little influence on the directionality of the market. So essentially, you're taking a risk. But what's different is that we're playing a positive expectancy game here. In trading, you can have a setup that produces over time through backtesting that you can see positive expectancy. And the same thing happens in poker. When I'm controlling a situation, I have a positive expectancy. If you're playing a game like blackjack or baccarat or craps, those have a negative expectancy. Over time, you will bleed money out. But in poker, as well as in trading, you can set yourself up in situations where you have a positive EV curve. And the more discipline that you show in playing out those situations more often, your equity curve should go up in both poker and in trading.
Nice.
It-
Nice.
Two nights ago when I was watching it in the evening, I noticed, or at least it appeared to me, that Rips wasn't getting the cards that he wanted, and it was just kind of kept going for a while. And I started paying really close attention, and what I noticed is he calmed down, he slowed down. It reminded me a lot of Doyle, and the commentators are like, "Man, he's not pushing this. He's not taking it." And almost the comments were kind of like, "Dude, Rip can't trade or can't play poker," and stuff like that. It was hilarious. It's like the same in trading. And Rips was just waiting, and then he finally got the setup that he wanted, and he played it. He didn't go crazy, and he took away a win, and then got a couple more. And I noticed that. And then last night was very different. You were getting cards you were wanting, and you pushed it a lot more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you hear the commentator, Rips? Can you hear them talking about you?
No,
Okay.
not at all. I don't see any of the chat. They actually make us put our phones, any electronic devices, Apple Watches, phones, into a lockbox, and you actually have to lock it up so that you can't have any chance of cheating at the table. So I don't get to read any of the commentary unless I'm on a break or the session's over. So I don't see anything in real time until much later. And the stream is on a delay about 30 minutes to an hour. So we don't know anything about the players' whole cards or anything of what's going on there. But to touch on the point that was just said by Jared is basically very, very true. And there's so many similarities between what Jared just said in trading, where I'm not just opening up my charts and just clicking buttons when I'm trading. I'm waiting for that beautiful setup. In the same way in poker, you're waiting for the setup, whether it's position or cards or your opponent, you have a read on them. You're waiting for that setup. It comes down to patience and discipline in both games and tools of the trade. If you want to be a better trader, you're going to have to exhibit lots of discipline and lots of patience. Same goes with poker. That's why I love the symbiotic relationship between the two.
Yeah.
Well, perfect. The crowd wants us to get back to the markets as well. Got a few folks in here saying we're starting to sell off. You need to get some rest, don't you? You need to get some rest, right?
Yeah, I'm going to hit a workout and take a nice little nap and get prepared. We start playing at about 1 or 2 p.m. So I'll see everybody on stream 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Chicago time. Hope to see you all there, and I really appreciate everybody's support.
Hell yeah, Rips. Rip it up.
Good stuff, Rips.
Man.
Give them hell, Rips.
Take care, everybody.
Rip it up.
All right, let's get back to the markets. That was really cool. Make sure we got we'll be posting the link all day, pumping that up. Top Step Takeover. Let the Top Step Army, let them know who we are. Last trade here in the NASDAQ, 21,697. Peaked at 21,736. New all-time highs. Eddie got the air horn out. You heard it here on Top Step TV. Last trade in the ES, 60.84. High today, 69.
All right,
What's up,
I got
Jay?
a potential
Jared.
trade for us.
Let's go.
Long in this 685 level. What do you think?
What are you looking at, Jay?
I got a 5-minute chart up here right now. We got this one red candle on the 5-minute and getting in at 685.25 or so with a stop below the red candle.
685.
Yeah,
All right.
there's a bid at 680. I was looking for a potential long as well. I was a lot lower, somewhere near 650s, which was 50% of that candle that I was talking about before. But I may not get it, right? We may not get that much of a pullback. We're already 50 points from the high. And this is where those buyers came in. The only reason I don't love buying here is because, we had that buyer come in and take out that order at 700. If I'm going to join the trend, I want to try to get in a better position than them if I can. And that 685 gives it to us, but I think we could probably see 650s here.
NASDAQ 75% short here. Till.
Oh, nice catch, Eddie.
Big order just filled here. Did you see that on book map, Jared? 695.
Yeah.
Yep, I've shorted. Ooh,
Sweeps are coming
Do you
in
like
and just
your
cleaning.
anchored VWAP down at 663?
That's where I was looking, Hoag. Yeah, I would love to see exactly what just happened here, where we just had that big order filled at 695s. I was waiting to see that happen at that VWAP because that's a entry signal for me. But let's see what they do here.
Okay.
Yeah, right at the 93, there's sweeps and 3 different sets of sweeps continue to go off, and they keep reloading at that 93 level.
Yep.
Jared, what's the level you're looking at?
Pulled. 693.75. Whoever it was just pulled it all.
No, I mean for the
now-
long.
Jared,
Yeah.
Jared, look at 685s, Hoag. 685.
I don't know if I'm personally going to take this because I kind of like protecting what I got, but I would, I'm tempted to just spin up a quick combine just to take it, or maybe I'll focus on the house account. So from a house account, I would like to try to get in at 685.50.
Me too. 74% short tilt. NASDAQ too. MP.
All right, Jared, we got a bid in at 685.50. Where is the risk on that?
678.
5 minutes remaining.
So what, Eddie?
Pretty tight.
Crude number coming up
200
here,
bid at
folks.
95.
Crude traders, heads up.
Yeah, there is. Jay.
Damn it.
So we're going to play this kind of live,
Hang on.
Hoag. I'm watching Bookmap, and I'm watching the order flow right now. So for this kind of
They
thing,
pulled.
that's kind of, I'm going to see if we can get this in together.
Okay.
How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Jay,
We believe you.
Jay, what are you liking too? You like this trade?
Yeah, I do like this trade. Like I said, just reading the order flow, and we can have targets for where we're looking for something to happen, but it just happened a lot quicker. So I do like this trade idea. We're not in yet, right?
No.
No.
Yeah, they steps somebody just put a bunch of bids at 695. Looks like they're trying to hold price up here because when we got down to it, they pulled the order. But as soon as we were selling off a little bit, they threw some size out there. So someone's trying to protect these prices. I do like the longs.
$685 last trade, 21,708. New all-time
So
highs
if-
made here in the NASDAQ. S&P still have some work to go. Eddie was talking about the gold. Gold still pumping higher here. Last trade, 27.52. High of the day, 27.54. We're keeping an
Gold
eye
was
on
the
that
trade of the
short.
week.
Gold was short tilt in the NASDAQ. We were short 74%. Around the 90s. Now it's peeled back to 50-50. Oh, man, he's yelling.
Momo Man watching Bitcoin talking we're back up to 101 on that. Thanks, Momo.
What's up,
Yeah, that's a
Mohammed?
strong move up on Bitcoin.
Is it above 100,000 again?
Mm-hmm.
I got out at
Bitcoin you got?
100. I'm done.
How much Bitcoin you got, Michael?
0.
How rich are our friends? How rich are some of our friends right now?
They're very handsomely. One's already handsome, and he's more handsome now.
Anyway, so we got some long from like 5,000, man, and I'm not kidding. They didn't.
Yeah, they've been putting it in our face for, and then Dre and I, in our ultimate
We
wisdom
deserve
of
it.
trading our entire lives, that's not possible. For sure, don't happen. Things just don't. You can't believe it into reality as far as what prices. They've done it all. They haven't got out yet, though.
We deserve it. Yeah, well. Hey, we got 140 sitting here on the offer, 21,715. 140 offered. Well, we're starting to see some size in the NASDAQ today, Jay.
Yeah, we are. Haven't seen this in a little while, and we kind of see we just rejected at that 140 lot there. Do we have a bid in somewhere right now?
685, Hoag?
685.
Yeah.
I think
Hey,
it's
Jay, why will
685.
you keep digging the 650? You've mentioned that a couple times. What was your line for
It's
that?
50. It's 50% of that high volume candle that we saw. I want to, give that the room to test and hold, and also the regular trading hour VWAP is at 666 right now. So I would love to see exactly what we just saw at that 95, Jared, where we had those big orders get filled. I was looking for something similar at that VWAP, right? And then that's almost an automatic buy signal for me.
So I see there's a interesting gamma level at that 651. 650 roughly.
We're
You
50
might
to
be onto
690.
something. I mean, that might be our second try for a long, and that was a
Might get it
previous
here.
resistance that maybe will turn to support.
Build. We're seeing some size trading here, guys. Wow, back
Yeah,
to the
we
85.
are.
Hoag.
long 3.
All right, long
All
3.
right.
Thank you, Hoag.
And that
How's it
risk
long
is
3?
778.
Yeah.
Jared?
Unless you want to move it to 668 to give it some wiggle.
Well, right now I've got it at 77.5.
Okay.
Also count long 3 NQ. 685 half, 685 half, long 3 times.
Yeah, my only thought would have been because we kind of had on the 5 minute, we got some different structure right there to give it a little bit of room.
Crude number coming. Thank you, Hoop. 5 seconds.
I mean, we're only giving it 8 points of risk, so I'm going to move that down to the 68. You said?
Yeah, move it to 68. I don't think we'll need it, but go ahead.
Just running it up. Please just be a textbook pullback.
Right, we got our crude number coming in. They were looking at negative 1.1, coming in at negative 1.425. Prior was negative 5. So we got on the crude. Gasoline inventories coming in at 5.088. They were looking at 1.2. Back to you, Andre.
Thank you, Eddie. Nice entry there, Hoag. We're about 20 points in the mire now. 21,705 last trade. House count long from 21,685 half. Jared, how did we manage this?
Look
Yeah,
at
initial
what is
call
it,
there,
715,
Jared. Nice initial call.
720, 725. You see those?
Woo,
short
size,
80%.
baby.
You were short 80% down in the 90s. 690s was short 80% NASDAQ. And they just got, 14 points face pretty quick. Now it's 60% short.
I don't know. There's someone loading up 100 lots at 715,
Yep, up above.
720, and 725. What the heck?
We're
70%
trading today,
short.
boys.
Ton of size getting traded in the
Markets are
NASDAQ today,
alive.
which is great. Let's see if we can go fill those. Jared, I really do like that entry. Another order went off in those 90s, right? Sellers got absorbed again. We don't want this to see them get really any traction. Those could just be sellers taking profits on this long. I don't want to see new selling coming in here.
Right.
This trade looks great.
We are seeing
wanna
overall
see-
negative delta as well. Delta is negative 1,300 right now,
Squeeze them, baby.
Wait,
indicating
what? On the ES?
potential
Squeeze
stronger
'em.
buyers.
71% short NASDAQ. In the tilt.
You were flat,
What's
Mike.
their average?
Good question. 680s.
Shorts
80s.
690.
Here we go.
Long as
Short 690s.
Squeeze them.
Yeah,
Squeeze
sorry, you're right, Hoag. The shorts, 70% of folks that with an open position right now have an average price of 21,690.
They're in the hole.
Taking heat.
Just
This
remember
level
also,
here, the
folks, on this
710.
tilt,
Go ahead.
this data is for entertainment purposes only and should not be used
Yeah.
for buy
Yep.
and sell indicators.
There you go.
All right, we want to.
We clicking today, boys.
Level.
I'm going to make a suggestion for managing this trade. If we push into these 715s and don't fill, I would take one off. We're in 3. If we push 715
Yes.
and don't fill it, there's 230 sitting there right now. I'd take one off.
Got an offer
What do you
in
think
at
about that, Jared?
13 half for one contract.
Size. 230 now offered at 715. 230 offered at 715 in the NASDAQ. Boy, this is
Andre,
great to
maybe I
see,
just
man.
sell one for the gods now.
Hey, man, you know how I feel about that, Hoag, but I'm not managing this trade. This ain't my trade, but you know how I feel about that. But we are seeing some size in this NASDAQ today. It's great to see. Markets are awake.
Yeah, because we just got some buyers absorbed at this 708 level around there.
Yeah, so I'm curious if these orders above are acting as resistance or magnets.
Yeah, it feels like a little bit of both. We're like where we had those 700s, there was a little bit of hesitation there, and then we found the buyers to get through it. Yeah, this feels like an uptrend day, right? Where I don't want to fade this move at all. We just need to see some more convinced buyers, and there's just a ton of size to get through. But
Well, I
what I
guess
do
we'll
love
see.
is
The
they keep stepping in
710
on the
level.
bid. Here we go.
Here we go, man. Here
Yeah.
we go. Come on, get those 15s, baby. Get those 15s.
The tilt 60% short now.
Just took a profit on one of
Squeezing
them.
the short. Squeezing
they
the
are,
shorts.
Michael.
Okay.
Yeah, they are.
Let's let these work now.
We just went positive on the
720s.
delta too.
Oh, so they just puked.
Oh yeah, look at that. Hey, that's funny, huh? Squeezed all those shorts
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Is there an opportunity to shorten up our risk now?
Question. Well, the answer is yes.
Dun, dun, dun. The ultimate question.
Your call, Jared.
You peeled a couple off, right?
We just won.
Okay. To me, easily could come back and retest the 685 level.
The 20s.
As long as it doesn't go
Still-
against that previous red candle below the bottom of it, then it's still a valid
Fine.
trade. And you can't move your stop loss, which I would move it up
Fast
to
fill.
the 708, but you can't move it up until it gets out of this previous high red
Right.
candle.
Dude.
The
Bonds are
the
just
orders that
gobbling
were at
up all these
20 and
Go to
25.
ask.
filled, just gobbling up offers, lifting offers, anything in sight, Pac-Man style, baby.
Big 180 here in the tilt.
Thank you, Hoag.
Short 40% here in NASDAQ. There's a question in the chat regarding that. Hey, you're saying this and then I'm saying this. That's how quick it runs. We were just 72% short here in the tilt. Either they canceled or took profit, but
They
now
gotta
we
get out.
are just reversed.
Yeah. So
730s
we
now.
just cleaned out all those orders, and someone just added at 730. Yeah, like you said,
This is
Jay.
awesome, man. This is good stuff today, man. This is what it's about. Love this shit, man. Yep, 150 offers, 730. 150 offers, 7. We are lifting offers. Nothing can stop this market right now. Market's hunting for 730s.
Oh, don't jinx it. Sheesh.
I ain't. I'm just watching. I'm just doing play-by-play in the market, Jared. I'm just watching what's happening right now. We're just gobbling up offers, man.
Great job pitching, Jared. It's bottom of the 8th, and you got a no-hitter.
Ah. Just gobbling up offers to the upside here. S&P's last trade 60.85.
We're 1.5% up on the day in the NASDAQ right now. And just thinking about daily ranges and how much room we might have left in the move, daily ATR is 274 points in the NASDAQ. And right now we're at 320 on the day. So, we could see an outlier day. This could be a 3% move to the upside. Just trying to think about trade management. How much room is there potentially to the upside here? How big of an outlier are we going to see? 2% would put us, I'll do the math real quick. Where's settlement?
What does 2% take us? I love this, Jay, when you tell us. Remember when that was a thing? 2%?
What?
2% puts us at 831.
3-1, 2%. Okay, cool.
Oh, somebody just said something about Santa Claus rally. You guys been talking about Santa Claus rallies yet in December? That's what you're supposed to do.
Tuckman loves it. Tuckman, big fan of Santa Claus rally.
Did somebody say Santa? I'm trying to look like him so we get the Santa rally.
There you go. Lean all the way in,
What's
Johnny.
your shirt, Hoag? Like a little AC/DC tie-dye wash?
Gotta be the
3%.
dead. Right? Gotta be the dead.
Nice. I say 750 is our target right now.
That'd be sweet.
That's fair.
Gold still pumping higher here.
755 is weekly kickoff high. I like that.
All right.
Go
let's play.
Hoag.
Nice call on this entry, Jared. Textbook pullback. We got some payouts coming up right around the corner. We can walk and chew gum around here. So let's bring in JD. JD, let's do some payouts here. We are rocking and rolling on this Wednesday.
What is up?
Please
Looking
jump
at that
in.
3-minute chart. Looking at that 3-minute chart, we got a textbook bull flag breakout there. Nice trade.
Woo.
Hold this one for the auto liquidator for sure. All right, folks.
Love that saying.
Here are your live funded payouts from yesterday. Ali leading the pack, 17,550. Justin K and Schwab. Schwab got a nice highlight in the shoulder tap last week and had a couple days on the live funded P&L list. Schwab's having a good couple weeks here. 11,700 for Justin, 10,890 for Schwab, and Jordan 7,800 and she 7,560. Decent numbers coming out of those live funded accounts yesterday. Those are payouts, folks.
Beautiful.
Yes, sir is.
Hey, speaking of payouts, traders who make $5,000 in payouts can come join the Top Step Payout Club. Every day in our TV chat, we're going to be talking about this payout club. As JD was mentioning, these are payouts if you are here at Top Step, and if you have paid yourself out over 5,000 or more, you are eligible for a hat and pin. And we're going to put that link here in the chat. One of the questions was, you ship out of state. We do not. Suggestion, if you got friends or family here in the States, we can send it to them, and then they can send it to you. But we are, per Mr. Patak, we are working on looking to ship those to you directly if you are out of state. So we'll let you know about that. So when I have it. Back to you, Andre.
Oh, thank you, Eddie.
Hey, does anybody feel like shorting oil today?
I mean, I've been watching Landman.
I don't hate
Anybody here watching Landman?
Yes.
What just happened?
It's all about oil. They want to keep it between 78 and 88. Great show. Billy Bob.
I love it. Gold on a tear as well here, pushing higher, 27.57. Jared looking at short in oil.
I'm feeling it. I feel like there's rejection up there. The EIA numbers are out, but my location's terrible. I'm late to the game. So
Yeah, I like any
Landman?
shorts in crude near 70.
Okay.
And longs near 67. That's just been the range it's been playing for a month.
Bit of a failed upside auction at on the highs there too, guys.
In crude? Or are you talking about NASDAQ?
Yes, sir. In crude.
In crude, gotcha.
I wonder if I could get short at 69.39.
Just putting an order out there.
Yeah. I don't know.
High in gold.
Gold on a
What
tear.
does risk management
Nonstop,
say?
Been
they
hearing that
say-
a lot lately.
Walk away. You have profits, walk away. Is that what they say today for me? Probably.
It
Risty.
I think
does
you're reading
rhyme.
it.
It does rhyme,
the
and
Landman
ring-a-ding-a-ding things here in trading always work. You know what I'm talking
I
about.
can't lose money if I don't take it, right?
Can't
There
go
you
broke
go.
taking profits. Can't go broke taking profit. We got them all. We should write a book. We should write a book
Send
with
them
all
in,
our
guys, in chat. Your one-liners that you've heard. The one-liners
tell us your
that
best
you
one.
recall. Yeah, your best one-liner.
All right, see if we can get these
140 at
730s.
730 here.
Hoop, that rally in gold's no joke, man. Have about $30 off the open. Scratch is a winner. There you go, Hoop. You got it. You got the game down. Process over
Mine was always,
profits.
you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away.
There's a going.
Run away.
There it
That was
is. Look at
my
this. I like this.
Michael, you got to sing it. Sing
Are you
it.
feeling a little toppy here?
I was just going to ask Jared, that 708 you mentioned, you were waiting for, us to kind of push out of that range. Would you just take one at 708, being that would be the trail area, and then leave the last one where it is? I think if we take one at 708 here, we get the pullback and our entry is still solid and our exit still holds, and we can always add it back on. Right? We take 20 points on one contract, and if we get the pullback, we add that same contract back on. Just thinking trade management.
I think I
Because
followed
yeah,
you.
that buying momentum did slow down a little bit.
The problem was while you were talking in my head, I was thinking, no, this is where you add.
Okay, there you go.
And the reason being is because if I took fear out of the picture, now house account, I don't know what it's up on the day, but this trade's not invalid. The pullback is very expected, and it comes back to the 690s, 695 level. All that's still valid.
215 bid at 695.
Look at this size, baby.
Yep.
Let's get this. Add back in. All right, last trade. Crude selling off since Jared said get short. Crude selling off big time since Jared said get short.
I didn't get short.
You like, but you said it.
I know.
I was still
Look at that
holding
thing.
2 longs, 685 half.
I think Hoag should have put on a 10 lot there at the 695.
Well, that goes to the one-liner. When it's going your way, you don't have enough on. When it's going against you, you have too many on. There's a one-liner for that one too, Jared.
Oh my gosh.
When it's not my
Right.
account, then that whole frontal lobe is out of the picture, and I'm thinking
Yeah.
strategy. I'm thinking data. I'm thinking, what does my setup say? And the ad.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yep.
Would have been a nice
too late
ad.
now.
Would have been a great ad.
Here's the coiner of that one-liner.
Nice.
My dad. Never have enough on when it's going your way.
Yeah. Could not believe it. Like yesterday or another day recently, like I was in profit and it was just chugging, like add $10 profit, $10. Oh my goodness. It could hardly make money. And like after forever, I was up, 2,000 or whatever. Right. And then I got out of the trade, and then I was in another trade later on that was going against me. Oh my goodness. It was chucking out $500 bills every second. I was like, how's this work?
This ATM is broken.
Never got that bid, did it, Jay? The 200. Look at
No, it
size,
didn't.
man. Nasdaq ladder.
It looks like they're just coming
juicy
in
today.
Yeah, it looks like they're just coming in supporting price, right? Every time we get a pullback, someone just throws 200 lots under the market and says, "Go ahead, yeah, if you want them, take them."
Slinging size today, man. This is
Somebody's
sweet to see.
cleaning the books.
Yeah, is that yeah, good call, Eddie.
We're still on the bottom side of the skew curve. Like the top of the skew curve is I can't really read, 811, which still means that prices are supportive of higher.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think 750 is conservative with the amount of size that we've seen get filled.
We're talking all-time highs conservative. That's hilarious.
Still great. Santa rally.
Man,
Yes,
that
last
gold trade would have been
1680.
a weekly maker right there.
Since Monday,
Right.
just hold on to that sucker.
Brazen
That's
reviews. MP wants his own account so bad. I have to. Yes, I do. I do, but I can't. I cannot.
I
spread
remember
myself.
those. I remember those
can't-
beginning days that you were trading your own account.
Yeah, I went
on
back to
Topstep.
trading. You know how hard it is to run a company, and then you got things that pop up in the company, putting out fires. You got smoke starting to show up here and there. So you're always doing something, building the team, all that kind of stuff. Then you got people, traders doing this and that, and what are they doing? Blah blah blah. And then to go in here and be like, what's the market doing? And then you know what stays glued to my brain
Tough.
the entire time? Out of all that, well, we have millions of dollars up and down P&L wise on the live accounts, things like that. Is getting into 5 lot on the NASDAQ. No, Michael. We can't do that. So, no, I had to.
Yeah. I mean,
set
trading's
that
hard
shit.
enough. And then let's just do this, Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
It's like asking the owner of the Chiefs to, take a snap on 4th down.
Take a
It's
snap.
like, it's not
yeah.
going to happen.
Hey, read that
That'd be so
defense too while
badass.
you're at it.
That would be
Yeah,
so
wave your
badass
white-
if he did that.
It doesn't work like that, though. Yeah. I'm sidelining myself, and I'm very happy about being on the sidelines now. We have Tom Brady types. They jump out here and trade with us, and you got just different kind of personalities that come on here. And I like to learn about who we're backing, understand it. That's why we're gonna have more of these profiles. Highest rank was this, where they ranked at. Now, some folks will get to a good rank, and then you'll never see them again. And that happens. That happens in golf. It happens in, Hard Knocks. You know how many people they cut off Hard Knocks watching football on HBO, whatever, those football folks. They're always making cuts, always moving their team around. And then who's starting? Who's the starter? Who's hitting it and seeing it? really well right now. Put him out there on the court. So that's the game I like to be in now.
I think we'll see 92.50s here. Because I think we're just building this block between the 735s, so up here, and then the 680s, 685s. So I think we're building a block in here. You can kind of see a volume profile here where we got the high and the low of the range, and we just got to build up steam. We're not losing delta. We're at plus 200, which isn't anything crazy. And no one's going to want to short this at the top. It would have to be someone
does.
Yeah, somebody does.
We're seeing size. Hey, we got to
It's
pull
the
up here
easy
in the
trade.
chat. Do you play poker or interested in poker? Pull up in the chat. Got 400 votes already. Just 1 minute in.
ES.
Jared, you seeing those bids under?
19. Yeah.
Still wants to get those 30s up top. All right, take a look around some of the other markets. Dow Jones for mini Dow, 44,330 last trade there. ES starting to drift a little bit higher here, 60.87 last trade. High of the day, 60.90. Higher step back in crude. Last trade, 69.35. We bottomed out when we're selling there. And 69.28. Let's trade in gold. Actually, gold just straight up. 27.58. High of the day, 27.59. Look at the tilt here. 71% long in the YM. Nothing else really showing.
Gold's ruined my butterfly options trade. Boo.
Oh, no.
All right, here's the push.
There's a ton of movement out there.
ES creeping higher here. ES about 2 points off the highs. In the 5 minute here. And Hoag NASDAQ long, house count long 2 in the NASDAQ.
Yes, sir. Still long 2.
Dre, when are you coming out?
Just a
Go ahead, Coach Jay. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say for the energy traders, we talked about this a little bit yesterday during At the Buzzer. But nat gas has been the energy to trade recently. If we look at a nat gas chart, it's up 6% today. So shout out to Coach Hoop calling that out. If you're looking at crude because you're an energy trader and it's not moving, nat gas has been providing some really nice trends lately.
The Widowmaker.
Hoop, it's about to get very, very frigid cold here in Chicago, so get long that nat gas, man. Stay long on that gas. All right, last trade 21,700. It's a bull flag setting up here. He's looking at a bit toppy. What are we thinking here in the NASDAQ? Still got some more things. We got top of the hour coming in at about 8 minutes.
Well, we got some size here that we're just getting down into in the 690s. So we'll see how that reacts.
Stick to 95s. 92's coming up. 92 halves.
So for me, this green box that I don't have that. The box all the way down to the 680 50s, that low. To me, it's still a valid area.
Add?
Well, now I'm emotional because I'm thinking about Hoag having a position on it and going again. He feeling pressure.
No, I'm
so
not.
now
Don't worry about me. This is you. This is the house account.
That's
That's not helping.
Yes,
Process
you
over
are.
profits.
Process over profits. This is the house. This is all of us. This isn't one of us. We're all in this together. We're all in this together.
I think we get a test of these. So that anchored VWAP from the regular trading hour session moved up to 675. That kind of exhaustion move that we were talking about, I think, unless sellers really just get control and buyers step out of the way, which I don't necessarily know I see happening, we may get it at that anchored VWAP 675. Kind of see a flush and then potential to buy from there. But if we get stopped out on this, I think we might be scratch on that trade overall, because we did take one off. Nice hold here.
Yes, we did. See what the buyers want to do. If they want to step in last trade, 21,680.
Your shorts are coming back in. Shorts 78%. 78% short. NASDAQ average shorts 88.
Buy more.
All right, here's the anchor DWAP, Jay.
Yep. Yeah, there's the test. Did we get stopped out on that, Hoag?
No, we're still in.
Okay.
That's at 668.75.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, here's the test. I didn't see that that exhaustion move yet. It's kind of just consistent selling. I want to see them try and fail. But there's the bounce. Let's see.
Saudi Arabia got the World Cup.
There's a GEX level right there at 675 too. A gamma level. Yeah. It's interesting that matches up with the VWAP too. Yeah.
See if we want to buy. We did have a heavy short tilt in the NASDAQ. Still got 72% short in the NASDAQ. Average price 21,685. So they are in the money a little bit right now. On those
Delta
shorts.
went negative again on the NQ, but not by much. Only 800.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Well, we'll manage this trade. Hoag, please jump in if you got something. We got some news to throw to James. We got top of the hour coming up in about 5 minutes. I do want to get some news from my man James. James hasn't missed all week with the news. So, James, what do you got today on this Wednesday?
Well, Andre, I bring you 2 quick pieces of news. I had more, but we have an issue, so we can't talk about the scary AI robots that Michael shared over the weekend.
Oh, boy.
The ones by Elon Musk. I was going to talk about those.
Buying one of those.
The walking ones, yeah. You're going to buy one? Every day we get closer to Blade Runner. Every day closer to Blade Runner.
Make my bed every day.
But my first news story I bring you is out of Utah, and no, it's not Dakota. It's an angry customer who drives their car through a car dealership window after he was refused a refund. What do you guys think? Is Utah the new Florida?
West Dakota. West Dakota.
We actually have a video of this. Gabe, you want to run the video of the guy driving the car? There's no audio, so look at that.
What a gangster.
He's like, here you go. I'm done.
Here's your refund.
Keys are in the ignition. Keys are in the ignition.
Happiest boy I've ever seen. Yes, he called the car lemon, wanted a refund. They said no refunds. He said, I'll drive the car through the window. They said, do it. He said, okay. And there it is. So
I don't think they do refunds on payments either, right?
Yeah, right. I think the damage to over 10,000.
That's determination, man.
Yeah.
Positive determination.
He got a pretty hardcore charges against him.
Yeah. That was not a wide.
Yeah.
He's going to have a great story to tell the Thanksgiving dinner this year.
I don't think he'll be at Thanksgiving. I think
he's gonna miss a couple of Thanksgivings, Michael.
Yeah, he might miss a
Hanukkah table.
Handful of them at least.
Well, my next news story, really quick. I have a message for you all. Wake up, people. The Ohio Supreme Court stands by its asinine ruling that boneless chicken wings do not mean without bones. So
that's ridiculous.
An Ohio judge said a reasonable consumer could have reasonably anticipated and guarded against the bone at issue in this case after a man bought some boneless buffalo wings and found chicken bones in his boneless wings. They argued that boneless refers to the cooking style and not the assumption that there will be no bones.
What's the cooking style?
Shout out to the lawyers, man.
Cooking style is it's boneless. It just says it's called the boneless style. I think they mean like when it comes more nub shaped or something. Stephen Colbert calls it hot legal garbage.
Yes. Shout out to the attorneys. Yes.
Oh, we know.
Yeah, we have a new funding combine. When you get it, you don't get funded. Well, hold on.
Thank you.
No one would reasonably assume that you would receive funding after completing your funding evaluation.
MP.
Oh,
Why do you guys think that?
Why would you
it's
ever?
like when they tried to argue that vitamin water wasn't healthy, and it's like what you marketed as being healthy, and they're like, "Well,
Yes.
it's not our fault." That was so dumb. Anyway, that's all I have
From
for
the
you
buyers.
today. My last news, I will tell you, just look up drones spotted in the New Jersey skies. What could they be? Who knows? The truth is out there. Back to you, Andre.
What? He's been killing it all week, man. He's been killing it all week with the news. All right, Hoag. We got buyers are stepping back in 21,692 last trade in the Nasdaq. House got long from 685. Still sticking to the process.
You got to order the
VWAP
chicken
held,
wings
folks.
with the bones.
Absolutely.
You need the chicken
You like
bones.
MP, you like drums or flats? What's your go-to?
Doesn't matter.
You literally set up every. I mean, it's just. Yeah, I don't know how you could do it because every person when they go to order, be like, "Is it boneless?" And the person's gonna be like, "Yes, it is." And they're gonna say it at the table, and then they're like, "Well, did you read the fine print?"
What's the bone in
Almost
or
doesn't
bone
mean no
out?
bones.
Like that's
It's just English, man. We're speaking English here.
well, apparently we can redefine words today, and I will stop
Yeah,
at
chicken
that
head.
comment. But
I mean,
MP's really flustered on this one. MP's not going to
VWAP.
Ohio.
Beautiful.
MP not going to Ohio for his wings. I'll tell you
No,
that. Not anytime
no.
soon.
common sense doesn't
All
exist.
roads.
I go to where common sense exists.
Yep.
so that 675, this is why I like these levels more and more. We had a gamma level at 675. We had a VWAP at 675. I mean, when you have more than one piece of confluence plus some structure, price structure, I'm loving it more and more, especially in this low volume. Which, speaking of today's
Hold on
volume
every
on the
minute of
Nasdaq,
it.
yeah, the ES has only barely traded 500,000 contracts today. Out of all that movement, it's chicken feed.
It's only 18 handle range in the S&Ps. Day session.
I would have loved to see buyers just reclaim 700 there, though.
Yeah,
On that
that's
test.
pretty weak sauce.
Yeah. That VWAP bounce was nice, but the problem we had above 700 was
Do we lighten up
there weren't
here?
enough buyers to take out some of those bigger orders. I think it's fine. We accepted, we took the risk. Jared, what do you think?
Hmm.
No pressure.
Chat,
No pressure.
what do you think?
Yeah, thank you, Michael. So no one wants to answer this one. I don't blame you
Yeah, I
guys.
know.
It's
I think
hard, man.
I think we took
Hold it.
the risk.
Yep.
Hold it, yeah. So what I would
Yeah.
say is if we pop back above
Money.
if we get 715s, and we don't push there, then I would take one off. Right? We talked about it earlier, taking one off at that 708 level for this pullback. If we get a push here and it doesn't
Yep.
get any follow through, then we have to start trimming that position.
Yep, I agree. 710-ish, actually, for me.
Yep.
If we can't get through 710, then
I can guarantee we go through 710 if I sell one there.
I went for the pop, Hoag.
So,
Joe,
Hoag,
you're right.
Just
Go
kidding.
ahead.
There's no guarantees, folks.
Yeah.
So I
So,
was
Hoag,
watching
what's it?
order flow. Sorry, MP. Finish up, and then I got
Oh no. So
a long
yeah,
question.
trying to get you jumping in there. Go ahead, Joe.
Okay, all right. My long question. So I was watching order flow the other day, and price was coming down, and it said exhaustion buyers, and price reversed. And at first I was like, here we are at the 710s. Sorry, sidetrack for a second here. See how we. What do you think, Jay?
There's no orders really sitting out there, but I'm not seeing the buyers really step in either.
All right, we'll keep going.
Let's see.
All right.
Let's see what happens
So
here.
it said buyer exhaustion. As price was going down, I was like, oh, price should keep going, is what I was thinking. And then it didn't. And I saw that pattern again and again. And then it's like, wait a minute, maybe I'm thinking about this wrong. Meaning, you got to, for price to go down, you got to have someone willing to buy whoever's selling. Well, if there's no more buyers, then price has to what? Go back up to where there was previous buyers. Does that sound correct? Or am I thinking this wrong?
Say that one more time for me, Jared. Sorry. I was watching this.
We just
were
sold
trading.
one at 10
Oh my
quarter.
goodness.
Just sold one at 10 quarter. We're only long one now.
Okay.
Okay, we're
Realize
good.
that 1,000.
I think that's the right trade.
With our runner on now.
Oh, wait, we have a runner? If only we had a runner.
Save
That's
that
not
for the auto
case
liquidity.
today.
Only we had a runner.
Here's the auto lick. All right, Jared, I do want to get back to that question that you just asked Jay. We're going to get back to it, but I do want to throw it to Eddie. Eddie's got some announcements that we got to get these in here before the top hour is coming. God, man. Fast Markets is moving quick today.
Came and went.
Go ahead, Eddie. What's up, man? What's up, my man?
Hey, you know what? We got this thing called Discord. If you are not familiar with it, we got a Topstep Discord. Over 100,000 members strong. It's a great place to talk to other traders, markets that you're trading, ideas, strategies. Get yourself a trading buddy. Connect with our coaches. That's really important. Our coaches have dedicated rooms there if you did not know. So check it out. We're going to put the link here in chat. If you have not joined, please do. It's free. Also, yes, I'm speaking to you. Come a little closer to the monitor. Hey, we're looking for traders who want to come on Topstep TV and trade live with us. Could that be you? Could that be you? Do you want to share your story? Whether you're on the big board or you're still jabbing away in the trading combine. Either or, if you want to mix it up with us here, the Topstep crew, then we want to have you. Put your name in the ring by filling out the form pinned in chat. We're going to pin that link also. Yes, we're coming at you with a lot of links. Don't leave yet. Hold on a second. Sit back down. Live tonight, 5 o'clock Central. Yes, we've got Rips challenging Phil Ivey and the others in the World Poker Tour. In case you missed it, we had Rips on here earlier dropping in to talk about his last night's game. We had a lot of people attending that in the chat. We want to do that again, even bigger. And a lot of similarities between risk management in trading and in poker. And I imagine if we did take a poll, there's a lot of you out there that do play poker and trade. So we're going to drop that link in chat so we can get the entire Topstep TV crew and our Topstep TV community in the chat to cheer on our guy. Go Rips. Back to you, Andre.
Thank you, Eddie. Also, we got Topstep VIP scouting check-in coming up before the end of Fast Markets. So get all your trading buddies in here. It's coming here shortly by the end of Fast Markets. Again, Topstep VIP scouting check-in coming to you shortly. All right, guys.
Great trading here by Jay and Jared here this morning. Great,
Seriously.
great looks, great levels, great opportunities. This is a lot of fun, man.
Yep.
Excellent.
Pro ball.
I think
Pro ball traders.
More when trade on TV, I'm gonna do more focusing on just the house account, because trying to manage my account and house is just like
take care of
mentally
yourself too.
We have we have charity accounts coming for on air folks. We're working on them right now. Charity accounts.
Whoa,
and basically
cool.
it's a 90-10 split. You keep 10%, 90% goes to your charity of choice. And Topstep is going to be we'll use it from the no, it's XFA. So Topstep will be donating to charity. We'll have the whole details. I'm doing this off the cuff, but I know it's happening. Charity accounts. So then it takes pressure off on air guys in 2025 to come on here and build for your charity. If you want to jump in, you want to do your live account, great. But you shouldn't have to be, because we're putting it's almost hurting us too, putting some of our best traders on TV. Yeah, I'd love to help you guys out. I love Topstep TV, blah, blah. Then you get them on here and like, it's totally different. You got to have different screens up. You got to be talking with a microphone that works. You have to look presentable. You have to, all these things that you never had to worry about, you then also have to worry about. We're like, dude, that's actually hard to do for these people. And they're trading live accounts, or they're doing this. TV. So the charity account should help.
That's cool.
That's awesome, MP.
Yeah, no, it should be. Or to come.
Somebody told me I had to look respectable, presentable.
I was
your
always
charity,
told I
MP?
had a voice for radio, or a face for radio. Sorry.
Face for radio. MP, what's your charity?
I've heard that a lot too. Yep.
Mine's QLI out of Nebraska.
Orsolino used to tell me that.
They help people that have gone through traumatic brain or spinal cord injuries. My best friend died in my pool. Well, didn't die, but jumped in my pool, broke his neck. Died a few days later. So yes, that is near and dear to me. Yes, and they help rehabilitate people that have spinal cord injuries, put them back. I contribute, and I donate to the Challenge Aspen here in Aspen to help veterans get or anybody that's wounded or anything like that get out on the snow, ski, all that kind of stuff. Those are two big things that I like.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
All right, back to my question.
He's sitting on this one.
All right.
I am. I want to
Go ahead.
know if I'm right or wrong. All right. Price was coming down. And on the tape, there was buyer exhaustion that occurred as price was coming down to its level. So my question is, I would have thought there's no more buyers, so price keeps going down. But instead, price reversed. And so my thinking is, I'm thinking about it wrong, because for price to go down, yes, you got to have someone willing to sell, but you got to have someone willing to buy it at a lower price. And if there's no more buyers down there, then price has to go back up to find more buyers. And of course, if price was going up and it reverses, it's the reverse story. But does that sound correct?
Well, Jared,
so Dan Emmons just put it.
Auction process. The price is going to go higher in search for sellers. When buyers are exhausted, that's going to attract sellers, and the upside auction will then end, and a new downside auction will ensue while sellers search for buyers below. When sellers exhaust and find buyers, that downside auction will likely end, and a new upside auction will ensue. So the price moves up looking for sellers, down looking for buyers. Make sense?
Maybe. Jay, what were you going to say? And then I'm going to ask a follow-up question.
That buyer exhaustion that you saw, and this is why people ask the question all the time, like, how do you know the intentions of those market participants when you're reading the order flow? And we really don't, right? That buyer exhaustion may not be, it could be new buyers coming in, or it could be shorts covering, right? So if shorts are covering, then price may not continue going lower, because you still need initiative sellers to sell through some of those buy orders down there. Right.
Yes.
But if shorts are covering, at that point, I'm out of the position. Let's say I'm short 1,000 contracts and I don't care. And let's say I'm short 1,000 contracts, but I'm up 200 points on the position. I may not care exactly what price I get out. So I just market buy everything to cover that position. That might look like exhaustion, but that short is no longer in that position anymore. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Now, this was not me watching the tape. This was Bookmap telling me, based on whatever algo that comes out of Rhythmic, it was determining that there was buyer exhaustion or seller exhaustion. So I might be talking something a little different than what we see on just tape.
All right, Jared, maybe this is what you're kind of thinking. When people are liquidating longs, they turn into sellers. But as those longs are liquidated, they're taking selling power away from the market, because they don't have to sell those positions anymore. Same thing for short covering. Short covering turns to buyers, but once those shorts are covered, it takes that buying power away from the marketplace. Now, I had a bunch of people asking questions about that last week, something we'll probably discuss in group coaching one of these days, but that might be really what you're thinking. When sellers exhaust, they may be liquidating longs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's Bookmap. Sorry, telling it's an indicator on Bookmap saying that, and maybe that's what it's picking up on.
Do you know in that book map, and we're about to get, I can nerd out about volume, so if you guys want to shut me up, that's fine. Do you know if they are, when that order gets filled, is it telling you the delta of the order?
Yes. Yep.
And the delta is positive?
Yeah.
Got you.
You guys are
Potentially.
nerding out.
I guess
You guys
I don't know that
It's
specifically.
nerding out hardcore right now.
Okay.
You guys are just
Well,
MP.
yeah. And,
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No, Jared, you're asking great questions.
No.
Go on.
well, I think to some degree, because like a lot of times what's happening on the chart is a response to something else happening within the market. And I think a lot of times we think we understand what it's saying, what's going on, and that causes us to act a certain way when that's
New
an
highs.
incorrect understanding. And so flushing out those things is super important so that we have a correct understanding of the market auction.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with you. For example, I'm sure you just saw that on Bookmap, Jared, but I just had an order go off. I'm looking at Quant Tower, 554 contracts at these highs. 60% of that was positive delta, which means there's a strong buyer there. But then, we got to put everything in context, right? What levels are we trading? Who could those buyers be, right? Are these new buyers stepping in? Are these shorts covering a position? What's out there on the order book for traders to trade? I think all of the context matters. I think it's a great conversation. And I love the fact that we're having this conversation with a position on and up about 60 points in the house right now. Great trade.
Pretty cool. Hey, get your air horn out. Get your air horn out. New all-time highs in the NASDAQ, 21,745 and a half. New all-time highs. Here on Topstep TV, new all-time highs. If not long in the futures, at least hopefully your 401k is getting some of this action as well. Crude's seeing some buyers. Man, they stepped right back in. New highs in crude, $69.72. Gold has kind of petered out a little bit, about $4 off the highs there. Did see new all-time highs. With that being said, house account is long one. Please jump in, Hoag, if we do peel that off or get flat. But right now, we got to do a VIP check-in. We got the head coach of the Lunatics in the house. That's right, Coach Jay. Joining us right now, the Lunatics. Got JD in here. Let's do a little VIP check-in with Mr. Jay himself. Let's do it.
What's up, guys? What's up, Jay? Head coach of the Lunatics.
What's going on,
Good to
JD?
see you again. Spent some time
Good to see you
yesterday
too.
trading. That was awesome. So we did talk about this just a little bit yesterday, but going into the end of the year, a lot of moving parts. We got the rollover coming up in equities. We've got the final Fed meeting of the year with the announcement next Wednesday. We've got holiday trading hours coming up. We got the Santa rally. How are you prepping the Lunatics going into the end of the year? What are you telling them about possible lacks of volume, lack of liquidity, increases in volatility? What's the game plan heading into the last 3 weeks of the year, I should say?
We're just reminding everyone to have a plan, kind of stick to their plan, and just be aware of changing market conditions. One thing we say a lot, lower volume may mean no trading, but if you traded longer enough, sometimes lower volume means trending markets to the upside, right? Because these markets are meant to go up.
Mm-hmm.
So reminding the traders of that, have a plan, have an idea of where you want to get out of the market if you're wrong, and then just trade. The one thing I've also talked to them about yesterday, we had a meeting yesterday, was, after the first couple of hours of the market is where we might see a lot of the slowdown. So if you did your job in the morning, maybe that's a good time to get away from the charts because that's when we'll really see that volatility slow down a bit.
Excellent. Yeah, those melt-ups. Beware those melt-ups. They happen real slow, but the flush comes real fast too. So make sure you are covered on the back end if you're trading those melt-ups. All right, let's take a look at the Topstep VIP leaderboard. Let's see how the Lunatics are lining up against everyone else. There's Coach Jay's Lunatics right on top, leading in a couple categories. Look at that pass rate, 60.8% pass rate from the trading combine to the XFA account. Currently 3 traders in XFAs, $8,000 in payouts total for the Lunatics. And you're close second place in total open combines yesterday. Good moving for Coach Jay's team. All right, let's take a look at Coach Jay's top 5. Just keeping the super high level for right now.
All right.
Timothy S. moving up the ladder. He was in third place last time we talked last week. He's up in his account balance. Ronald L fell off just a little bit. Dana's still hanging in there. Christopher H getting real close to passing that trading combine, about $500, just over $500 away. And Johnny S is moving up the ladder also. Big win rates coming from the lunatics too. We're going to talk a little bit more about Timothy in a second, but Coach Jay, how you feeling about where your traders are in their trading combines right now? You have the second most traders in the combine right now, second most active trading combines in the VIP program at the moment.
Yeah, coming into the end of the program, I do love the fact that we have some traders getting close to passing that combine. Hopefully getting all of them across the finish line before, I believe it's January 27th. Timothy up there on the top of the leaderboard. Actually, hold on, JD, real quick.
Yep.
On this position, I think if we trade under 710, I'd be out, guys. That's just my opinion. But
good management. Good management.
Yeah. Timothy has been trading really well. We actually had a VIP meeting yesterday, joined the meeting, and kind of spoke about exactly what has been the issue. And I think it's the case for a lot of traders where you find yourself up on the day, but then somehow you end up at a daily loss limit. And he found that in his own trading. So what he's doing is he's taking trades. If he's up, closing it out for the day and waiting until the next trading session to trade. And it's been great for him, right? That might not be the case for everyone, right? Some people may be able to continue trading. But for my experience, the more decisions you make, the lower the quality of those decisions because of the mental capital that it takes to make them. And I think that's what Timothy noticed in his trading. And he's actually in the chat right now saying he's up again today. So that balance is above 2K.
How about that? Just so happens we have a trading card for Timothy. Let's pull that up while we're talking.
There we go.
Coming to us from Corpus Christi, Texas. That's the USS Lexington in that picture. I chose the image. My grandfather's brother was on that Lexington during World War II. I found that interesting. Anyway, Timothy's trading card. He's been in this XFA for 10 days now. He's been fighting back from some drawdowns too. He's got a 100% win rate, but man, yesterday he was down $1,000, closed up 110. Last week he was down $200, closed up 350. He's got quite a few days where he was battling back from drawdown. So this trader has some fight in him, no doubt about it, and he's moving up the list. Obviously, he's number 4 overall in the VIP program right now. Number 1 on the Lunatics. So based on this trading card, it looks like Timothy's making all the right moves right now. And if he's in the chat, he's chiming in. That means he's watching, listening, hopefully learning something too.
Yep, 100%. What I would say is, and I've said this to all the traders, just plan what that losing day looks like. Because if we don't plan it and you don't have it either set in the system, one of those days where you're down 1,000 and then recover it. They don't always have to go that way, right? Where the more times you do that, and I think it gets kind of dangerous. We talked to some of the other traders about this as well. When you open that door to say, oh yeah, I can always make a recovery, then you think that's always a possibility. But we've seen traders blow accounts, right? So just accept what a losing day is going to look like for you. It's going to happen. It's very hard to keep 100% winning days. We saw Dilesh, right? 90 days or 95 days. And then at one point there's a loser. So just know what that losing day is going to look like. And then you can get right back on the horse and continue winning.
There you go. Timothy, 7 out of 10 days digging out of the hole, but still up 100% on those 10 days. Closed out, positive, 10 out of 10 days. That's our VIP check-in for today. That's all we got for you. Coach A, any words of wisdom going into the end of the week for your traders? What do you want to tell them about FOMC next? Well, we're going to have you on again. Probably not before the FOMC announcement, but
I think I'll be on that day. Maybe
we'll be on that day, but we probably won't talk until after the Fed announcement comes out. But what are you going to tell your guys heading into that? Take it easy. Find an alternate market. Scale down. What's the plan?
Trade well. Manage your risk. you can trade whatever market you want. You can trade whatever style you want. As long as you manage your risk, you're okay. And risk management sometimes means what you do when you're not in the trade. Right? If you're not mentally there, the risk management would say don't even sit at the desk to make a trading decision. So just stay in tune with yourself. If you're making good decisions, then go ahead. If not, it's okay to step away, take a break. The markets are always going to be here.
There you have it. Always trade for tomorrow. All right, folks. Coach Jay, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. That's your VIP check-in for today. Catch you guys in a little bit.
Coach Jay. The VIP stuff's awesome. I just saw a kid, I don't know if he's a kid, he's a Twitter handle that I forwarded on. Kid just got called up to live. And from VIP. I think from VIP.
Yep.
Nice.
I did see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Started 18 months ago.
Hey, Hoag,
All
do you
right,
want to front run something?
I'm always willing to front run.
What
Just saying
about
the
a buy
Disclaimer up.
a buy stop at 474.50? Oh, whoa. See, 747.50. Wow.
747.50. Weren't we looking at getting out at 750?
Why would you talk reason right when I'm all excited about front running? Man, wow. Just squash that little. I'm like, little dad, let's go. And he's like, didn't you say you were done for the day?
I'm willing to do anything, We're all in this together.
Too late now.
But we can kick off high at 21,755 as well.
Okay. Quit being like a wise old man. Sheesh.
Gee.
Yeah, Hoag. It's almost like you've been doing this for a while.
You're killing my vibe, man.
Oh, look at him.
There's
Dude, you're bogus.
I don't have an offer in. We can buy it right now if you want to.
No, and too late now. No, look at that. It's pulling back. Man of wisdom.
Man of wisdom, dude.
I did not get out at 750.
There's
we have
no
we
Yeah, we got
120 bid at
London
720.
close in 5 minutes here. London close 5 minutes.
Buddy.
Do we fish or cut bait, gentlemen?
I think we
Heard
just
that
keep
one in a
trailing,
while.
keep finding a place to trail. I would say 718s. No, take another 8 points there. And why am I saying 718? We got a 120 bid at 720. If that order gets filled, then I think we get another test of that regular trading hours view up. So that could just give us another area to enter a trade. I'm looking at this 15-minute candle here.
We will go.
Actually, 7:15. What do you say, Jared?
Very wise.
Yeah.
Wants to buy more.
715 for your stop or for adding?
7. No, I'm with you
Jared,
because I think I'm with Jared. We just had another flag breakout on the 15-minute chart. I'm with him. I'd say 715s, and if we get a pullback to 720, add with a 5-point stop because this market is not stopping.
Personally, though, I would have put my stop at 728.25. I'm on the 5 minute.
Okay.
I would have moved my
Gotcha.
stop
That's
up.
what I'm just
the-
looking at that, Jared.
Huh? What?
Putting the stop there. That last pullback. 728.
Yeah, exactly. So putting the stop at 728.20. Yeah, 728.
All right, here's weekly kickoff high.
Yeah,
Hoag does it again.
I know.
Well, we'll see
Isn't
what
that
happens
crazy?
here.
Oh, bully.
Because-
Elementary, Mr.
We're at all-time highs. There's no fear. ES hasn't even made it to all-time highs, so it's got to do some
No.
catching up. We're still on the bottom of this curve on the NQ, so we're not even expensive yet from an options perspective. Yeah. So at this point, as long as the 750s hold, then we're going higher. And I don't think
I'm with you.
the trade is invalid. A rejection. I don't think a rejection would begin unless the 728s don't hold.
ES pushing higher here. New
I
highs
like
in
it.
the ES 60.92 in quarter. New highs, or new all-time highs, I say, in the NASDAQ. 21,755 half. South 757's trade. 58's trade.
You know, on my book map here, you can see there's a gamma level here at the 750, and you can see where price ran up to that, rejected. Let's see if I can draw this. Yeah, rejected right here, pulled back, broke down, and then we had a move up, sweeped, filled this order book here. The sweeps were filled right here, traded above, pulled back to the gamma level, tested it once, and if we zoom in a little bit there, then a break up again, pull back again, a higher pullback at the 750 level,
And there's
then
the
a
buy.
break up again, sweeps again. Yep. So right now,
I see.
the 750 has turned into support.
Oh, what platform is this?
Bookmap.
Bookmap.
And then MinterQ just released integration of their levels into Bookmap.
Oh, cool. That's where that blue line is?
Yeah. And for me, it's been a
Nice.
game changer.
Nice.
Hey, nice coffee cup.
Hey, I noticed that. Yeah.
Look at this. What, you got Yetis? What are they?
Something
My
from
goodness.
China.
Is this a white coffee cup, Andre? Why?
I don't know. Nice coffee cup. I don't know. They're cheersing. Let's get out of here,
Man.
Michael. Anyways,
Well,
all right.
okay, you gotta
We
try
got
the
London
rest
close. We got London close in 15 seconds here. Once we hit the London close, I'm gonna throw it. Man, 760s. New air horns.
See,
Air horn.
it's on a heater. Yeah, it's on a heater pad.
Oh, you got one of those.
And Hoag,
Nice.
you can charge your phone on
Already
the heater
too
pad,
many
too.
moving parts for me.
Oh, nice.
It's just coffee. Just thank you, Eddie. All right, I'm gonna throw it to main man Eddie. Eddie, we've been talking about it all morning. We got a VIP check-in coming up right now. Eddie, take it away.
Oh, yes. Of course.
Do the vibes.
Of course he does.
I never knew that this is what the VIP was going to be like.
Really?
Up on our VIP. Yes.
Here it comes.
Here we go again.
Oh, yeah. Number 14, number 14, number 14, number 14, number 14, number 14. Yes, number 14. We're scouting new traders here for Topstep VIP. This is something that we are so proud to have. As we've been talking about it, you do see success in this Topstep VIP. But just to let you know, in January, we're going to be drafting 10 new teams. I know for some of you that's old news, but for some of you that are new here, welcome. And this is new news. So what we did is we're putting the VIP scouting form, sign-up form. We pinned that to the top of the chat. So click on that and fill it out. That's going to give you an entry into a possibility of being one of those picked randomly for the Topstep VIP. So the more you check in between now and January, the more entries you're going to have in the draft. And this is what we've got. For those that are new, I know that some of you know this already, but for our VIPs, Topstep VIP, you're going to get 3 months in the trading combine, all right? Free. 3 free months in the trading combine. You're also going to be getting 2 resets each month. Every month you'll get 2 resets. Hopefully you don't need to use them. You're going to also have the private team chat room with exclusive access to your coach, special events, and yes, there is no activation fee for that. So stay tuned. Coming up this Friday, we brought back Top Quiz, if you are not aware. And the prize for that, we're going to be picking 25 winners with the best scores will be drawn for the additional entry. Just entries. So be here Friday for Top Quiz. I believe it's going to be 1 p.m. Central Time. And you'll have another opportunity to get one of those entries. And that's what I've got right now. And I'm going to pass that back to Andre. Get that filled out. We're going to have that up till 12 o'clock today. 12 o'clock Central Time. We're going to have that link up. So tell your friends, if those that are not here, you're not seeing names, you got connections, email them, text them, whatever you need to do. Let them know that we got this up here until 12 o'clock. So that's well over an hour and a half, maybe under an hour and a half, but get her done. Back to you, Andre.
Thank you. Let's see the chat. Who's got 14 for 14 in the VIP check-ins? Shout out to all the 14 for 14ers. Let's see some 13 for 14ers. Let's see what you got in the chat. Throw it in there. If you're a 14 for 14er, let's do it.
Nice.
Wow. High probs right there. Getting chosen.
140. 140 out of 14. You got a really good shot.
Dan Trader, you little cheater, you.
Eddie's Bong, 420 of 14. Sounds about right.
Yeah, 420 of 14. Yeah.
Yeah, adds up.
Yep, that's what I said. Yes, look at all those 14ers. Good to see. 12, you got a shot. Good job. 69, yep, definitely. 13, you got a shot. Good job, everybody. Top quiz, of course.
Nick, you dirty person. You nasty person.
Some people might have more than 14. So good job. Shout out to all
Remember,
the
it
chat.
only takes one. All right. If you've got like 3, 5, or 2, it only takes one. But obviously, the odds are better for those that have more. But still, you're in the running. You're in the running.
Cool. We got this Alex Ferreira video we like to show. I think the house account's still long, but we got about 20 minutes left here in Fast Markets.
Still long.
16,
what he did in China?
It's China. He hits that 16er, no problem.
China.
Yes. If we want to show that, I think we'll do that up there in the background. You guys got to check out our partner, Alex Ferreira, going for the gold 2026 Milan Winter Olympics in the super pipe. You got to see what this kid's doing, man. He's crazy.
I got one of those.
Trades with us. He's lives in Michael's neighborhood.
Super. Come on, Eddie. That's good. I got a super pipe. 420 doesn't quit over in Eddie's world. I like it.
Gold.
Very, very slow.
Gold's
Second place. Road to gold. Let's go back to
Gold's looking a little toppy.
Speaking
Looks
of
like
gold,
we got a top on the 30-minute.
Eddie.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Now, how much is in that trade though? This is my problem a lot because I will take I start pretty early in the markets, like 4:30 in the morning, because there's usually kind of extreme there, and I really like it. And so I will get used to a nice big range swing out of the Globex high or low. And then I'll come over to gold, like right now at 10:30 in the morning, and I'm thinking I can get my nice swing out of that. But it's the wrong time of the market. So I should expect maybe like a 10 handle range or something like that. And I will get messed up because of that.
Yeah, gold has a tendency to do that. It's a big move, and then it just flops around for a while.
Yeah. So something that I just adopted is in the nights, I don't trade NQES anymore. Maybe if there's and I just started this like in the last couple of days. Maybe if the setup is just like too tasty and I can gotta take it. But gold, silver, oil, copper, those I'll trade in the Globex session. We're talking pre-midnight, like 6 p.m. Central. There can be a really nice setup in the gold and silvers. At least has been for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, Eddie, I definitely agree with that.
Eddie, come on in if you got anything.
You know what? We've got our sweetheart, Janet Yellen, hitting the wire here. I'll read what we've got here. Nothing very hot biscuits, but she's talking about we got serious concerns that China's behavior on national security and economics. It's important to have an open channels of communication. She's also mentioning that I have serious concerns with the broad-based tariffs on Chinese imports, also adding that U.S. reacts strongly with others to manipulate currencies. And that's what I've got from Janet. Just sort of watching here. I figured I'd just add that in, throw it in. Thank you, Andre.
100%. Thank you, Eddie. 100%. That's what we do around here. Anytime there's something breaking, we got yelling on the wire. So, Jared, you stopped trading the ES and the NQ at night.
Yep. There was too many I would get one winner and 10 losers. That's not a winning. And another reason also on like the gold and the silver, if it's a 6 p.m., that's pretty easy for me to put on a trade and then kind of ignore it and then check it again before I go to bed and decide to pull it off or leave it. Where what I was finding in the ESNQ, I was having to manage it, and then it was cutting into my bed, going to bed, sleep time, and then I was toasty the next morning, and that's not sustainable. That's not the life I want to live.
No. I think part of the reason for those gold moves overnight, I know Coach Hoop talked about it, and Anne-Marie and I talked about it on At the Buzzer yesterday, but China just buying gold right now, continuing to buy gold, which makes sense for why those moves are happening overnight as well, because the Asian markets open up at 7 p.m. Central, right around that time. So, yeah.
Good
Jay,
point to
Hoop's
make.
been mentioning that about gold in China.
He has, yeah.
They've opened up the checkbook again. Yeah.
New all-time highs soon.
New all-time highs indeed. All right, let's go around the markets here. New highs in the S&P 6094 in the orders. That's right. Oh, we got 200 lot here. 200 lot here in the NASDAQ 65 filled.
Boom.
Filled. Okay, cool. All right, thank you, Gabe.
200 filled.
Look at this go.
Like nothing. Like it wasn't even there.
Just
nothing.
lifting offers. I mean, do we just work 85 for a 100-point banger? I mean, if we can. This is incredible. This rally is just nonstop. New all-time highs here.
Hey,
all right,
Johnny,
James, if we're
in the pit. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I
Well, I want to get this video, and we're coming up on time here, so we'll talk about that pit story here right after this. But I do want to get this Alex Ferrer video out here. You guys got to see what this kid's doing. He is a Topstep partner. If you guys aren't familiar, he is going for the gold 2026 Milan, skiing the half pipe, and he is trades with Topstep. He's now starting his competition season in China. So, James, if we got it, let's party, man. You guys got to see this stuff.
We do. We got this video in hot and fresh from Alex and his team. He took a couple weeks off of trading in order to focus on the competition in China, and it paid off. So let's go ahead and roll that video.
Alex Ferreira, one of the best to ever do this sport. Last season had a historic, perfect season in World Cup halfpipe. 30 years old, out of Aspen, Colorado, Olympic silver medalist, Olympic bronze medalist. Goes into huge left side 12. All about getting it done smoothly on this first run for Alex Ferreira. And it's all going to plan so far for the American legend of this game, and he stomps the first run.
Let's go. Look at that. He's pushing the technical limitations of VX to its limits.
Yeah. What's on that helmet?
That was amazing.
What's on that helmet?
Took home the silver in China while repping Topstep the whole time. Look at that.
Yeah.
He's a grinder.
Nice.
He's just every day, rinse and repeat. You guys got to stay tuned the entire day, because at the very end of each show, kind of shows you kind of Alex's immediate adversity and how he steps up to the plate. Big transfer over with traders that meet adversity, cold streaks or whatever, how they get back up each and every day, each and every day, each and every day. Watch it, very end of the show, every day. We play that, and he just stomped it for second place in China.
Sounded like Andre was there.
China.
Somebody went, let's go.
No, Andre, he said your catchphrase. He yelled your catchphrase.
Hey, if you know, man, he was pumped. That was very, very cool. I didn't know we were going to be on the tip of his skis either, Michael. That was really cool to see. We're on the ski tip as well. Oh, we've got the forehead.
That was awesome.
Yes, very.
We're gonna
cool,
keep following this story as Alex keeps competing, and hopefully we'll see him again on Topstep TV very soon. We got a lot of big plans in the works for next year. It's gonna be really cool having him back on, hearing about his trading journey and his skiing trials and tribulations. So, back to you, Andre.
Thank you.
Well, he's coming home to about 40 inches of base, almost.
Already?
Dre. Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
That deep?
Tons of snow.
Uh-huh.
Tons of snow.
Have you gone out? Have you hit them? Have you hit the mountains yet, Michael?
I got 3 days in.
You ain't getting 100 days. You're not gonna get 100 days this year, are you?
I don't think I can. It's like I got to go to Japan to ski, and that's a week. So there's that.
Gotta go to Japan.
Topstep in Vegas. The whole team's going out there.
Gotta go to
That's
Japan.
a week.
Yeah. Okay.
You only have 3 days in the season? You're slacking.
I know, Jared. I know. I just got back, and yeah, it just doesn't picked up surfing, Ray. So hey.
Oh, yes, he did. He's a surfer now. All right, let's get back to these markets. We got some VIP call-ups still to do. We got appreciations to do. We still got this runner on. Hoag, we're still long, yeah?
Yes, we are. Yeah, our stop is currently at 21,728. Seem to be holding weekly kickoff high here at 21,755. Before we end the session, maybe we'll see if there's a place that we can kind of move our stop or trail our stop up to, if that is the case. But otherwise, we're going to let this sucker run.
Speaking of running crude, new highs, 71% long in the tilt.
So glad I shorted that. I didn't actually, but so glad I was thinking about it.
It looked good for a second.
That was totally just someone waiting for a pullback and filling up. And like, why didn't I? Yeah. That was a newbie move right there, because we're above the call resistance. We're above everything, gamma resistance. That was totally dumb.
Hey, Eddie, I want to touch back with you. You were talking about in the Hoag.
Oh, yeah. Johnny said, hey, that 200 lot gone. I was going to ask him, I know there's a lot of locals, but very few that if somebody offered or bid, hey, 275, 275, some of these locals would say, buy them all. Buy them all. Johnny, who was in the S&P pit? We had some big players in there.
Yeah.
Anytime that you did that, somebody just sort of clear you out with just one trade, make it real easy on you.
Well, yeah, you would hope that, but you remember, if I had 275, I'm going 275, 275. The locals in front of me are probably selling 70s in front of me. So if there was a big local that got a couple hundred sold at 70 and it didn't go 65 or 60, 70 offer, 65 offer, 60 offer, he could turn around and go buy them and know that he's only going to lose one tick on 200 contracts. It's a little different now.
Right.
So if somebody was leaning on me, they might take it out in one bunch, 100%. But usually it was in pieces, 50, 50, 50, 20, 20, 10. Usually.
And,
what do they ever do?
Michael
Someone said,
got
I'll buy
stuck
you
for 300
13.
that one time. 300.
I'm sorry, Andre, what was that?
Hoag, sorry. Someone wanted to say you want to sell 100. Someone says, I want to buy 13 off of you. What would you do? Like, what do you just tell them?
You cuss them out. You give them a dirty look. You see guys do that. Hoag, what did you
probably
do?
give them 10.
Exactly. Give them 10.
Yeah, we'll make it easy.
Sure.
Easy math.
Yeah. If it was the last 13, yeah, here you go.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's not the 13 I want.
So, hey, group coaching coming up today. Let's get that form pinned to the top. We got the VIP. We do have group coaching. We'll have the form pinned up there in a little bit. But yeah, group coach. Who's on group coaching today? Coaching. Oh, we got JD and
Robert.
Robert. Yes, absolutely. We get the form
Nice
in there. But we'll remind you again. But with that being said, I'm going to throw it to JD. JD, we got some hot streaks going. We got about 12 minutes left here in Fast Markets. This has been very, very enjoyable, if I must say so myself. JD, what do we got for hot streaks? Guys in the 50s, right?
Oh, yeah. We got a VJ. Our leader is the new leader, in fact. He's at 58 days now. Eligible for a payout. 58 consecutive days of winners. Made $12 yesterday trading the MNQ. Hasn't had a real big winner since back in November. That was his last $200 day. That put him in the eligibility column for a payout. So it's been a couple weeks, but VJ's hanging tough in there. Then we got Ali. Ali had a couple accounts on this hot streaks list. This current account is at 56 days, worth $56.78. Ali made $3 trading the MNQ yesterday, $425 on Tuesday. On Monday, trading the NQ and crude oil. So, big day to start the week for Ali. Then we've got Stephen H. also hanging in there. Stephen H. has a couple of accounts on this hot streaks list. This account's at 56 days. He has another account at 23 days. So, Stephen's doing pretty well. Not huge numbers yesterday. Made $2 trading the MNQ, but eligible for a payout, hanging in there. Then we've got Pin. Pin made $92 trading the NQ yesterday. So big day for Penn. And then we missed a trader. Alareza did not trade yesterday, so that makes way for Francisco here. Francisco is going gangbusters. 32 days, we're at $12,270. Made $536 trading the NASDAQ yesterday. So welcome to the list, Francisco. Those are your hot streaks for yesterday.
Thank you.
Thank you, JD.
You got it.
Thank you, JD. Absolutely. All right. What else we got left? Yeah.
Hey, JD, when are we updating? When are we updating that hot streak to 200 days? Somebody's asking in the chat.
I'm sorry, updating to what?
The hot streaks to 200 plus days. Is that what it is now?
Oh,
Right?
in order to be eligible for the hot streaks list, you need to be eligible for a payout, which means you need 5 days of $200 plus in winners. That's how you get on the hot streaks list.
Ah, perfect. Okay, thank you.
Jared, you see all these bids under?
Yeah, watching it closely. So what I did to help me with that is on my chart, I had the 1 minute here. I moved my kind of support line up to the next last red candle that was in the movement up. And so that's 749.25. You can see price came down, touched that. So that's kind of my line in the sand. I mean, I suppose if I was in a trade, I might move it down to 744 potentially. I mean, it kind of depends. Am I wanting to get out and just enjoy the rest of the day, or I don't have much room and profit? You know, Hoag, our entry was way down here at 728. No, what was it?
685.
685.
Yeah, so I have a lot of room up here. So, and it's only one entry where Hoag, the house account, has a lot of room. So am I really going to sweat? Why not? You know, again, this is that mental capital of, am I trying to avoid a loser, you know, getting taken out, or am I okay just letting price trade around in here? I don't know. That's a long answer to your question. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Is there a suggestion to move our stop up to a different level now in that?
I'd say 34. Where are we at right now? We're at 28. I'd say, I mean, it's another 6 points.
Yes.
Yeah. How about 30, 31, 32, anywhere in there? I agree.
36 quarters the IB high.
Yep.
I'll split the difference and put it at 32 for now.
You know, none of this is where I would say I'm going to get short. That's not what this is saying, right? This is saying
I agree.
That's it's a really good thing to think about, is if you're going to get out of a long, would you get short there?
Yeah, no, it's not worth the stress or the mental capital to mess with it, right? And here's one of these things.
Yeah.
It might reverse, but is it worth the risk? You know, do you have what would be your strategy to say this is a reversal? You know, why would you say that? You got to have some reason.
Only reason I would,
yeah,
I would call a reversal here. That order at 765, we saw those get filled. That absorbed a lot of the buying that we saw. And I think when that one got filled, the only reason I'd get short is because there are times where we see, you know, the average pullback for the NASDAQ after that move, right, where it happened at the high. So I'd be expecting a 25 to 50 point pullback before I think about getting in a long here.
Yeah.
Right. So we're go ahead.
Well, just think you could cause this to trigger. So all these orders down below, I mean, they're 100 lots at these 740, 730. To me, that's not someone looking for a reversal. That's someone just hoping to, they're layering in to get long.
100%.
Yep.
Scoop it up.
Agreed.
Oh, yeah. They're getting long up here, they're getting aggressively long up here, just working bids. But yeah, it's very cool. All right, guys, we're coming up on time here for Fast Markets. This has been amazing day. So far, Fast Markets, you guys have been trading it up so well. It's been an absolute clinic putting it on here. Great discussion, Great risk management. Anyways, that being said, we got appreciations coming up right now. Make sure stay tuned. We got morning recap after that, but we got appreciations coming up right now. We're going to change it up a little bit. We want to hear more from our guests that come on here. So let's throw up the appreciation. We also like to throw it to the chat. Chat, what are you appreciative for on this Wednesday? Saw some good trading today. We're appreciative for Rips jumping in. Great trade with Jared being open and honest. Hey, stacking a W, Jared. Good job on that. Trying to break the streak, a little slump buster, if you will. So that being said, chat, what are you appreciative for today on this Wednesday? And from there, I'm going to throw to how about Jay. Jay, what are you appreciative for, my man?
Today, I'm appreciative of execution. There have been times where we come on the stream and we talk about a trending market and we're not in it at all. We have no exposure to it. Today, I'm appreciative of the fact that we all just decided to be traders, jump in the markets, and execute on what we saw. We get paid to execute, not to analyze, and that's what we did. So great job to every one of us today.
Awesome stuff. Hey, Mr. Jared, what are you appreciative for, my man?
Of course, my freedoms, all those that died and fought for my freedoms, to be able to do this, to live in a way that glorifies God and serves my community. And then to just the community here, it's a phenomenal thing to be able to sit down and people in a good way challenge you and say, okay, what are you thinking here? Not as in a derogatory or demeaning ways, the word I was trying to think of, but in a constructive way, and bolster one another up, not put one another down so that then I feel better about myself putting someone down. No, how can I put one another up?
He's a man. MP, what are you appreciative for on this Wednesday?
Well, for one, Jared and Jay, hell of a job today. It was really fun with you guys. Glad to be back. Appreciate you, Dre, being back. Haven't been back on here with you in a while. So appreciate you being back.
Thank you. Wow, short and sweet. If I felt the love there, Michael. Thank you so much for being back. It's good. It's good to be back. I'll be out there skiing here. I'll be out there. You saw he's got a 40-inch base, man. I got to get out there very quick. Anyways, we got morning recap coming up with Hoag next. Here to talk about the news and other factors moving the markets. What do you observe about our trading after watching from up in the booth? He's not only in the booth, he was in the cockpit as well, pulling the trigger. Then we got past the Pro Star. Stanley P is back. Hell yeah. See what Stanley P's doing since we last. He was the guy that first passed there, second one, first pass the combine. He also took a $2,000 payout. Of course, 5 p.m. Central. Nice. Rips. Yeah, we got Rips. Don't forget, we're going to tune in for Rips, 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. Let's do that Top Step takeover. Show them what Top Step Army is all about. Anyways, morning recap coming up next is Top Step TV. Let's go.
Topstep VIP is an experience unlike anything else in the trading industry. This exclusive opportunity gives a select group of traders a VIP shot at funding on us. Imagine getting the tools, support, and coaching you need to take your trading to the next level for free. With Topstep VIP, we'll set you up in a 100K Topstep X Trading Combine for free. Plus, we're giving you 6 free resets if you need them to help you stay on track. You'll also get exclusive access to our VIP Discord channel, where our performance coaches will be there to guide and support you every step of the way. And when you pass the Combine, there are no activation fees. We'll activate your Express Funded account for free. If you ever need assistance, our white glove trader support team will be there for you, making sure you have everything you need. As a Topstep VIP, you're getting something most traders would pay thousands of dollars for. Personalized coaching and mentorship from the best in the business for free. Meet your VIP coaches. Coach Jay's Lunatics. Coach Jay brings 8 years of experience, including 2 years in Topstep trading combines and funded accounts. Coach Hoop's Pit Raiders. Coach Hoop spent nearly 14 years working at the CME. Coach Ray's Mindset Hunters. Coach Ray, aka Wildebeest Trader, brings 25 plus years of trading experience, specializing in futures since 2017. Coach Vince's Market Makers. Coach Vince brings 20 plus years of trading experience. Coach Paul's Profiteers. Coach Paul has over 40 years of trading experience, including 20 years of trading on the floor of the Chicago Board of Trade. These elite coaches have years of experience helping traders succeed, and you'll have direct access to them as part of your VIP experience. Want to be the next VIP trader? Make sure you stay tuned to TopstepTV for all the latest updates and details on how you could be selected for this game-changing opportunity. right, I'm John Hoagland. Thanks for joining me for the morning recap today. The big news today were the CPI numbers, which came out as expected. The markets cheered that, obviously, with the equities continuing to scream to the upside and continuing to scream to the upside. Great trading day today for our guests here, our great traders on Fast Markets, Jared and Coach Jay. We'll take a look at a couple of the trades. Well, one of the trades that they made that we missed in the house account. And we'll take a look at where we are now as far as positioning and what we did in the house account. So right off the open this morning, the opening range was left at the low of the day in the equities in the S&P and in the NASDAQ. Let's take a look at this from the 30-minute chart. In the NASDAQ, the market opens, leaves the opening range, rejects value from yesterday. I'm sitting here waiting for our traders to say, you know what? I think we're going to buy it. They bought it. They told us a little bit late. We tried to squeeze into a long right around 600 in the NASDAQ. We missed that first trade, and that's all right. We've got a really good trade going right now. I'm going to go back to Jay's 3-minute chart here. All right. So one of the things that we were both, I'm sure they were both looking at, is Jay's 3-minute opening broke to the upside, and the anchored VWAP looked outside of it. So this was Jay's idea to look for that opportunity when price came back to that anchored VWAP above that 3-minute opening range. That was Jay's look. Jared was looking at something in the same regard, but they ended up getting a nice long down at that level. What was that level? 21,598. We tried to squeeze in at 600, and again, we missed that trade. Original risk was down at 585. So not too much risk on that trade, and off to the markets we went. So they ended up getting out of those trades pretty much around 21,680. So pretty much an 80-point banger for the boys on that one, which was great. We let the market kind of put in the IB high. We pulled back. Jared was looking at this level on something on his charts, and at the time, we were all in agreement that we were looking for an opportunity for longs. Jared had a good comment, good reasoning for the trade, so we took a long 3 times. I don't even think we took any heat on this trade. 685 half. We got out of one agreed upon up around 715. We went a little bit short of that at 713 half. The market came all the way back to the anchored VWAP. Now this anchored VWAP goes to the 830 bar right on the open. And this was part of the reason that Jay liked the early trade, the early execution to the upside. Back to it. That's what held us in the long, even though we had, I think we had taken some profit, came back. This was the most heat we took on this trade. It was agreed upon that we would take a look at 710 for the next out. I decided, let's do that. Let's just donate that one long to the trading gods, and the market is continuing to push to the upside. We currently have a trailing stop in here at 21,732. I'm going to contact Jay and see if he thinks now that we've put in another new high, if we like the idea of moving the stop below this swing low here. Probably the stop would be somewhere below 741, 742, maybe 740. I kind of like the idea that the stop is currently below the initial balance high as it is. But a great session, great trading by Jay, Coach Jay, and Jared. Great job, guys. A lot of fun trading with you today. It was great to have MP here with us as well. Eddie, Andre, Jay, James, Gabe, everybody here. Thanks to everybody in the back. Of course, as always, what are the other markets looking at here? Well, let's take a quick look at the S&Ps. S&Ps, initial balance low, again, rejecting value from yesterday. We saw the CPI numbers bringing buyers into the market. Those buyers are continuing to trade. Oh, and again, we had all-time high in the NASDAQ, which was during the extended trading hour session. That's already been taken out. This is our all-time high, last week's high in the S&Ps. 61.11. We have not yet taken that out. The S&P has been presenting as weaker than the NASDAQ. Finally, we got the NASDAQ ahead of the S&Ps. Here it is. Here's that all-time high in the NASDAQ that occurred in the extended trading hour session. A long gone memory right now. We've got these buyers, and they are in control. What about crude oil? Some discussion about crude oil during fast markets this morning. Some folks looking for a potential short. I didn't think that was necessarily that good an idea myself. Take a look at the daily chart. You know, we're rotational. We're coming off a rotation to the lower side of the area of balance. My focus this morning was really to see if we can get up to this 100 session moving average in last week's high before even thinking about looking for anything for a short. Maybe we'll still see that at some point today, but taking a look back at the 30-minute chart, IB high 69.53. Take a look at it on a shorter time frame. Looked above. Wait a minute. What time frame am I on here? So yes, the market looked above, then below, leaving a failed downside auction down below that initial balance. Kind of a failed upside auction as well. But once it broke back above the IB high, this pullback near the IB high was the opportunity to look for the long if you were late to the party on that. The market really kind of continuing to push to the upside as far as fundamental information. Some things about crude increasing their imports. Of course, that is probably going to be supporting price. But overall, this market has been very, very respectful of short time frame levels. Look at the high from yesterday. Look at the low from today. We were unable to close the gap. When we are unable to close the gap, the market tells us that it's accepting higher pricing. The inability to close the gap relatively early in the session today might have been our first nuance, if you will. Everything is always about nuance that buyers were probably going to be taking over. And man, this gold market, you know, if you've been around for the last couple of weeks, I've been mentioning the fact that something really big is going to be happening in gold. This is the daily chart. We've had this very indecisive area here where there was a lot of open interest accumulating. When we finally broke out, and we've been saying this for a couple of weeks, it's going to be a big move. Monday, we broke out to the upside. Yesterday, we continued this move to the upside, adding an additional 8,000 contracts in open interest. The move is continuing to push to the upside. One of my first targets, when we look at how much space we have above that weekly kickoff high, 2684, which on Tuesday was really the base of where the market really started to drive from. Remember these weekly kickoff levels, and I saw a question about this earlier in the chat. These weekly kickoff levels are areas or zones that I believe longer time frame traders will need to, want to, or be forced to adjust inventories. If there were shorts in this market when we broke out above that weekly kickoff high, you would bet you might start to think that those shorts are going to start to get squeezed and they're going to get out. Not only did we squeeze out a lot of those shorts, we attracted new buying above that level that we see continuing today. I wouldn't sell gold with anybody's money at this point, but that's just me. Really nice opportunity. I know we've got a couple of gold traders that are probably just killing it today and yesterday. So, what happened today? Well, here's the 30-minute chart. Again, just like the equities, the market opened. Well, the equities left the opening range at the low of the session. At least the S&Ps and the NASDAQ did. Market opens at 720. Does not leave the opening range at the low of the day. It did yesterday, and it did the day before. Today, it didn't. It looked back into the range and rejected value. You heard me say the market rejected value in the S&Ps. The market rejected yesterday's value in the NASDAQ. The market rejected yesterday's value in crude oil today as well. The market continuing to drive to the upside. The break of the initial balance high. Again, another opportunity. If you missed the party on the way up, the break above the initial balance high, another opportunity for it. I mean, this is a 5-minute chart. If you took that break above the initial balance, there was very little chance for you to have to withstand a lot of heat in this, and you just basically were able to buy it and just continue to push to the upside. This 72.50 is a 50.60 is a previous point of control that was obviously targeted on the way up, and now seems to be showing a level of support. Wonderful trades in gold. Wonderful trades today from our awesome traders, Coach Jay and Jared, this morning. Looking forward to seeing what else the markets have to offer for us. The house account is still long one NASDAQ as a runner, and it is continuing to run. So let's let this thing play out for a while here. Have a little bit of fun. We have Trade with Topstep coming up. Stanley P. Of Topstep fame here. He was I gotta find it here. Hang on one second. I'm sorry. Hang on. Yes, he was the Pass with the Pro star. Stanley P. It was the first one I think that we had when Pass with the Pro to succeed in the trading combine. Working hard in his Express account and recently took a $2,000 payout. Great job, Stanley. Great job, everybody. Wonderful trading day today so far. Hopefully a good trading day for you as well. Stay cool and stay calm and stay centered. We'll see you in a little bit. This is Topstep TV. Let's go.
Yes, welcome back, everybody, to Trade with Topstep, coming to you live from Brooklyn, New York. You remember him, the first to pass the combine with the pros. Stanley P in the house. What is up, Stanley?
What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Glad to be back.
That's Dolby. He's a star now.
Yep.
Hard to get a hold
Got
of this
a big
guy.
payout.
Yeah, he
Got
did.
a big payout.
Yeah.
Stanley, tell us about it.
Yep, talk to us.
Yeah, definitely paid myself out. I believe, what was it, last week? It was well overdue. But yeah, the markets have been pretty sweet these past couple weeks.
Any plans for your payout funds?
Probably get more combines.
Get more combines. Nice.
Just roll it in. I like it.
Yeah.
Just roll them.
All right, Stanley. Well, let's get right to it, man. Stan coin going up 60 cents. Some call it. Remember the 60 cents? You came 60 cents away from passing the combine with us. You remember that, dude? Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
I'll never forget that.
Oh, that was stressful for everybody. Trust me. That was very stressful. But hey, here we are taking $2,000 payouts. Great to see. Stanley, let's get right into it. NASDAQ continued to make new all-time highs, 21,787 and 3/4 new all-time highs. Last trade, about a point beneath that, 784s now. Last trade, look at the ES. We printed 6,100 evens, top print of the day. All-time highs in the ES, 6111. So we're not too far from there. Seeing some sellers in the Dow here. Crude did top out above $70 last trade, $69.95. And gold. Bulls were on parade this morning. Now we've kind of chopping around last trade, $27.55. Stanley, what are you looking at trading today?
So same thing, looking at NQ. That's pretty much all that I pretty much trade. I look at everything else, but that's pretty much all I trade. As we can see pretty much today, once again, new all-time highs. We had the CPI data earlier today. I know we have a PPI tomorrow. So we could make a new all-time high tomorrow. So right now I would, I got into some trades earlier, but definitely had my risks and my stops a little too tight. But that happens. So I'm just looking to really just maximize on these moves. I mean, we're just creeping up higher and higher and higher. So we could well end the year over 22,000 on the NQ. So let's just see what happens. But I'm excited. So yeah.
Well, Hoag's house account is long from 21,685. We got Dolby's house account open. He got the keys.
Shoot.
Where do we get in? Dolby, you were talking about getting long yesterday on the close and power hour. I could hear it in my head right now. Very cheap longs, guys. Very, very cheap longs. And we're about 400 points higher. Remember 21,420? That was the price you were.
I do remember 420. I also remember 346. I thought that we could possibly test was like that 340s area. If you go to like a daily chart, it looks pretty simple. You just have like that daily high on November 11th, and then we came down and did a little like resistance became support thing, and then bounced. That was one of the levels I was looking at. But daily chart is broken out of this range. Pretty strong. Obviously, it still needs to close above 21,705 to maybe like have like a real breakout, and that might not happen today. It could theoretically pull back and get back within range, but it really doesn't seem like it unless something kind of crazy happens. But this to me looks like range extension potentially. But if we get back underneath, say 720s, maybe you have to start asking some questions. Is the NASDAQ still range bound?
Question.
Who knows?
Guesses, folks. Stanley, what are you seeing here? Stanley, what are you seeing in the NASDAQ?
I'm kind of seeing the same thing here. I would definitely like a pullback as we literally just created more all-time highs literally just minutes ago. So I would like to see a pullback before I'm taking a buy, probably around maybe like the 740s. We might not get that low, but especially, after getting burned a little bit earlier, I would definitely wait for a pullback and pretty much buy, because that's pretty much what we've been doing. Like I said, off the data that we had this morning with the CPI, we just been rallying up ever since. Everything's pretty much been green. all across the board. So that's pretty much what I'm looking at.
740. Okay. Why do you like 740s? What are you seeing at 740?
Well, that's pretty much where we had our last pullback. So right now we're about 30 points above it, and it looks like we're coming down. If we, that would be a cheap buy. And if we break below, then obviously we would pretty much get stopped out there. But I would definitely like to see a pullback before continuing on this uptrend day for sure.
Any reason you're not looking at 770s for the pullback and instead are looking at 740s?
770 is good too, but being that we literally just went up to, I think it was the 780s, so that's like 787. So that's about about like 10 to 20 points. So it's a good buy. Like I said, maybe if I didn't get stopped out earlier, I probably would have went for it. But anybody that wants to go for it, 770 is a good level. Even on the tape here, it looks like there's some bids there. It's kind of thin right now because it's pretty much lunchtime. But that would be a great area as well. I would just kind of wait to see a more healthier pullback. But we might get it and we might not. We might get it. We might not.
Man, I don't even know if they're gonna let. Yeah, I don't even know if they're gonna let us get 770s.
I don't think so, Dre.
I mean, gosh, man. We'll see. We'll see. They just came right back in and tried. They wanted to take a peek in the 770s. 782s now trade. We're seeing another 100 lot here at 785. 100. We're seeing a lot of 100 lots today in the NASDAQ. Really good to see all this volume coming back in on the ladder. We got a 100 lot 785. We got a 100 lot offered at 795. We got a 100 lot offered at 21,800. They are stacking 100 lots to the upside all morning long, and it hasn't stopped yet. So we'll see if they'll go get those 785s offered 100 times. Stacked about 10 points higher than that. All right, Stanley, talk to us about your trades this morning. You said your stops were too tight. I assume you're trying to get long then, yeah? Or you were long?
Yeah, I was definitely trying to get long. I kind of just had my stops a little too tight. One thing that happens, especially I know a lot of people could relate when it comes to this, is after you take a payout, you're like, okay, what's next? You get really excited. You kind of want to just go for more. But one thing that especially next time that I'll do is definitely just try to take a big step back. Recently I did experience like a loss. I actually have one of my bandmates that unfortunately passed away, and it affected my trading. Yeah, it affected my trading more than I thought it would. But it's just good to really understand like those things happen, and just take a step back. It's good to try to take a step back. So being that I got the payout, I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. But really I really wasn't. But things happen. That's life, and you kind of just it kind of puts things into perspective. Just in general.
I didn't know you were in a band. What kind of band is it?
So it's actually my church band. So I play the piano. I don't remember if I ever said that on here or not. But like we do like a lot of different events outside of our church. So people call us all the time for like their weddings, galas, concerts, pretty much you name it. So yeah, we were actually supposed to play together this Saturday. And actually this weekend is actually the funeral. So it's really tough times, really. But we're sticking through it. Everything's gonna work out.
We're here for you too. The chat's definitely pulling for you as well, Stanley. You play by ear? Can you play by ear? You read music or?
Yes. So
really?
Yeah. So I definitely play by ear. I remember chatting with Dolby a little bit about I know Dolby plays as well. I do read. My reading is not where I would like it to be, but I definitely want to get it to that level.
Yeah, I love where trading just brings people from all different corners of the world, man. It's so damn cool. We got Stanley. If you guys remember him, he's the first person to pass the combine with the pros. Well, Holy's taking $2,000 payouts now. Brooklyn, New York. Let's see if we can get in that. Really great for you to join us. All right, Dolby, we maybe got in the 70s.